Background noise.
Yeah, is that a vacuum?
Hair dryer.
Okay, hair dry. All right.
Holy shit. Oh, God. Well, the new Sony phone is ridiculous. Anybody want to spend $1,800 on a phone meant for cameras?
Nope.
If I want a phone with a camera, I'll just buy a camera and a phone without the camera.
Oh God.
What's up, Jamesy?
They're adding battle carriers to all the warships.
I had
Say
the
what?
submarines to all the warships.
I took one look at I had 45 gigs of updates last night to add to it, and I went, yeah, fuck that shit. I'm very, very, very anal about where my last 100 gigs of fucking memory go.
All right. So ready to start. God damn it. Hold on. Say something? Nope, doesn't work. Alright, I'm back. Alright, I'm back.
D&D Beyond's fucking plugin on your stream is working this week.
Do what?
The plugin for D&D Beyond is actually working this week.
Was it not working last week?
No, at least not for me. I couldn't see anybody's else.
Oh. It's a hover. That's fine.
I know. I have it locked, so it was permanently up.
Why is Marcus at 19 HP still?
He hasn't done the long rest.
Of course he hasn't.
I still haven't done my feet yet either.
Oh my god! It's been 2 weeks!
You were supposed to do that by now. Then choose... Then you don't have to. Just forget it.
Just go with the ability score increase at this point, for fuck's sake.
I'm giving you a long rest. There. Refresh your page.
Oh my god.
And I'll go choose my feet real quick.
You should have done that already. Are you streaming, Marcus?
No, I'm not. Not for this section.
Oh, what do you mean? We're starting.
I mean, not for the D&D section, because I have no way to capture the screen. Because of the way I have it set up.
Oh, I mean, there's not really much to capture other than your own rolls. It's more of an audio thing. Whatever. In any case, ads have ran. Pre-roll ads are off for half an hour. So let's get started. So. What the heck? For some reason, my VTuber Studio is acting odd, so I'm not using it. Live scene.
Oh.
Let's see.
Right.
Uh,
There's our ghostly chat box.
Everything wants to load in stupid. Wait, Marcus is doing D&D live too? Well, yeah, it was his plan, I guess. He told me he was going to.
I
Yes,
wanted
he
to,
lied.
and then I realized, oh shit, I can't actually fucking capture the screen because it's on my vertical monitor.
What are you playing on your horizontal monitor then?
Lummus Extreme.
Mm-hmm.
And my other one doesn't want to show up either. What in the hell?
Technical difficulties are standard and expected.
They're stupid. I want to see if I can get my... Oh, why is it doing that?
Uh-oh. Yay, Speedy Mouse. Oh, hey Marcus.
Everything wants to fuck off.
Did you see what I sent you last night?
Nope, I haven't.
Check your fucking DMs.
All right.
All right, I went with Warcaster.
I have no idea. Reject 2 minors. Embrace mobile phones.
I went with Warcaster.
Nope. Nothing wants to... Why is nothing going to work? Forget it. I'm just not going to be on screen. That's just how it's going to be, I guess. Nothing wants to work freaking correctly. Anyway, welcome to D&D. In the background, I'm gonna try to work on this so I can at least have an image on screen. But let's see what happened last time. Last time we ended up exploring a dungeon, fought a giant plant boss monster. Didn't go as well as I wanted, but it worked. Found a mystical object that Vatten now holds, and met a new friend, Orin Zymek, which is a gnome wizard. The group left. They got their coins, and the group that went to town realized they were setting up for a festival in the morning. The coming the Blooming Flowers Festival. And the celebration of spring and the end of winter. Lights. Something that looked like lights being strung up, but they were stone and whatever else. Though Mordred and Iona ended up sticking by with Orin. Iona basically not having a say because they were in a bag at the time.
Cute.
And with that, this except for dwarven resilience.
Yes.
Ah, there I am. All right. Well, I have something at least. Anyway, let's see. Who do we start with? That's all that really needs to be said in regards to the opening. We'll put on some the music. Plains at sunrise. Gotta have something for the chat. Make sure that's loud enough. Barely picking it up. It's not very loud. There it is. Other than that, well, I'm most definitely not a pro at this. Do all need to figure out all this stuff out as well. Anyway, we will start with shopping first. Unfortunately, the magic shop is closed because of the festival, but you still, god damn it! Oh, why? It's just one thing. It's just one thing after another. First, the webpage fucks up. Then Discord fucks up. I hate it. Every time. Cost in the whole party. They are not infected. with
Rest
the
in
second-
pieces.
All right. Well, you guys can be heard now. Anyway, moving on. We have. Yes, the magic shop is closed, but the festival has been set up. The item shop and the armor, the smithy, and the leather workshop is still open, as well as the bars, the bathhouse is still open. There is a bathhouse. There are a couple of woodworkers that are still open.
I saw this and I couldn't resist.
No, you're good. Yeah, it's just one you're not allowed to play is all. But anyway, thank you for the I want to know why.
Still
that
having
is.
problems.
Oh my god, poor Lumix.
I have no idea why, and I think I might need new headphones. But it's a thing. But it's the same thing. Is that the audio gets picked up, and like the issue happens on stream. Like it should only be. I don't know. I'm in pain. Anyway.
Someone give Lumix head patch.
So,
We need to make that for you. Forgot about that. And we'll make one for Lumix.
what? A
Why
head pat?
is Balthazar paralyzed, by the way?
Not use long rest.
No, he did, but he's paralyzed. What?
Well, Balthazar is not joining us today, so.
Yes, he's still paralyzed. He's fallen some paralyzation in his hole in the bar.
I fixed it. Just refresh.
What about Orin? He's so poisoned. He's poisoned and paralyzed.
Who?
Your character. He's
Orin?
poisoned and paralyzed.
Oh, whoops. Refresh it.
We know him. Fuck, I gotta refresh your entire bloody stream.
I don't know why he was
It's always
poisoned.
nice.
He wasn't poisoned during that fight. It's hilarious. So,
Probably
Does
got
anyone-
sick from being with Ducky for the entire night.
oh, was it Marcus still poisoned? No one should have
We're
any more
discussing that.
effects.
We were discussing that. Is he still poisoned? Not curing his
He-
poison throughout the entire night, and we just
It's
we
not a-
decided on no, he's not poisoned.
It's not a long-lasting poison. It's very short-range poison. It's more for digestion. Anyway, beside the point, the smithy and the leatherwork and the woodworkers are still open. Do you guys want to run anywhere? The only one that's closed for the day is the magic shop. They
Turn
don't.
into my human form before Mordred and the
No.
sing the gnome. Wake up, get my clothes on, and then just wake Mordred up. Like, darling, it's time to go. We've got places to be today.
All right. Thank you
Also,
for
he
the
looks.
snack.
He still looks well and truly cooked as well. He's quite beet red still.
Well, he was warm last night, but not my problem. Off we go.
So as you guys get dressed, Orin still asleep on the grass in his sleeping bag. You guys leave the bubble that he had made, and you notice the cool air touch your skin compared to what the bubble had, which was warm and inviting. God damn it! I hate this. I hate this. I
Poor
hate
Lemon
this.
is gonna
I
get
hate this.
extremely annoyed very quickly.
I hate this.
He's done. All right. Since we're walking, should I just roll my D100 now, Lumix?
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, I also. While Ducky does that,
I got a 98 again.
Wow. Okay. Let me look here. Deep breath, Lumix. I don't know why it happens, and it pisses me off.
I did decide on what gun I'm gonna go for. Lumix. It's gonna be the musket.
Wait your turn.
Yeah, I know. I can't roll
s-
for it. I rolled last session to get the palm pistol, which is just flintlock. But yeah, I've already done my roll for the technically, so I can't do a roll for this day until like late night. I'm
Okay.
just saying that's the gun I'm going for.
Okay. Ducky.
Yeah.
Mordred ends up walking out, and you immediately spot something twinkling on the sunrise in the grass,
Ooh.
a few feet away from you. As you approach, it's rather odd, but you see a bag on the ground, a leather bag with a strap on it.
Mm-hmm. I go to pick up the bag.
You pick up the bag. Do you open it?
Yes, I'm gonna open the bag.
Inside is 50 platinum coins.
Oh damn.
I look at this bag going, well, today's fucking bad luck is gonna be interesting.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
Because 50 platinum, one platinum coin is 10 bloody gold.
That's a 7.
A 7?
Ooh.
I need to make a roll.
Wackus monkus.
Oh no.
50.
Oh, God, we rolled the same.
Okay. So as you you kind of close the bag and strap it, you notice another bag on the ground.
Oh.
It doesn't move. It seems to just draw your attention, but it looks exactly like the bag you just found.
Oh no. I draw a Wackus Bonkus and I poke the bag with it.
You watch it shift slightly, but only to regards the movement that you made it make.
Oh man. Dear, do we run the risk and try see what's in this bag?
I just kind of go. Oh, okay. And I just kind of pick it up casually.
It doesn't budge when Iona tries to pick it up.
Oh.
It doesn't move, darling.
As you, I need you to give me both on another dexterity saving throw.
Oh no!
Can I sub that out for acrobatics?
11.
Because it's a dexterity
mean-
modifier.
It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mine's +5 no matter which way I go. That's an 11. I am.
All right. I'm gonna give this to Ducky. So, as Aona goes to pick up the bag, the ground rumbles before suddenly two maws suddenly appear and clamp shut, trapping Aona, who, Mordred, you backed off quick enough, but Iona is
No.
stuck between fleshy mounds.
Now here comes the question. I'm technically still an ooze type monster, so clamping attacks don't really work on me.
Well, that's that's what happened.
Dear, it's not worth it. Ditch the arm. You regret it later. Fuck this shit.
I just take my arm out of this thing that's grabbed me easily.
Okay. Well, it closed you fully.
I just get out of it easily.
It is slime. We have spare clothes at this point.
All right. As you
So,
as you do this, you leave any clothes that you had on behind. You slip through the crack between the teeth. It didn't really have lips, but it slowly sinks back into the ground as you leave it, and burrows
I like
away.
those clothes. Darling, can I have the second set of clothes we bought earlier?
yeah, I'll buy you new clothes, dear.
And with that, do you guys go into town?
Yes.
I'm gonna throw my cloak over Iona.
We did order extra clothes from the tailor from memory.
Yeah, but I don't think. Did we pick them up?
No, we haven't picked them up yet. We paid.
Yeah, so we gotta-
haven't paid for them either. It was pay on pickup.
Yeah, so let's make our way to the bloody tailors.
Tailor and Spacey.
Yes.
And that's
Alright.
what we're doing.
Off we go.
So as you all enter the town, you are greeted with the sounds of music, of people banging on different things, pots. You hear lutes in the background, people clapping and cheering, and everyone just seeming to have a good time. You smell foods, you listen to people shout, games here, come test your luck over here, and it's just all a festive time as the festival goes underway from morning to night.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Civil there.
everyone
Quite
who
a
is
noisy
already
morning, no, darling. I'm kind of glad we weren't in the town that night.
Mhm.
everyone who is already in town. Balthazar currently stuck in the basement, just deciding to be by himself and meditate. Oh gosh, I gotta let him use my work. Gorast, Votten, and Marcus, you already were there, looking around when you see Mordred and Iona walk out. And
we went straight to the tailors. We didn't go anywhere to the bar. We went straight to the tailor.
no, but you had to pass them.
Chimney's closed.
But you pass them, and you guys head to the tailor's shop.
Yes,
Yes.
to pick up the clothes we ordered an age ago.
Okay. As you
That we
run,
haven't paid for.
That I may not pay for.
so as you guys walk past the group, you head yourself to the tailor's, which wasn't too far off. You walk inside, and the man says, "Oi, don't take too long. I've got part in the festival."
Have you made the clothes that we ordered I think it was 2 days ago, yeah?
Oh, yes, here. And he hands you the package of clothes. It's wrapped up in a paper kind of parchment, wrapped in string.
I'm pretty sure the sum that we agreed on was 10 gold, darling.
Yep, I believe that was
5
it.
gold each?
Mm-hmm.
He nods.
Take 5 gold from myself.
Writes on a little piece of paper and hands it to you. Lady Foxleys, thank you for following.
Do you have a changing room, perchance, in the back?
Well, yes. If he goes to point over to the right, and you can see past the layer of clothes is a curtain. It's just a one room though. There doesn't seem to be more than one.
Yeah.
I
get gold. As Iona walks off, I look at him and I go, "We had a little bit too much fun this morning."
Oh, did you?
Mhm.
He kind of just looks past you towards the festival.
And there'll be plenty more fun to have tonight. and if you're lucky, dear, lucky them, it might be me. You might be running around with.
Oh, he kind of holds up a hand, says, "Oh no, thank you. I'm married."
More the merrier.
He kind of raises an eyebrow at you, and
when this comment comes, I kind of come strolling outside. It's like, darling, stop teasing the man. Let's go. We've got other places to be as well.
Okay. Don't forget
The
my
idea
offer.
came, but the idea came to fruition last night. We must go before the city closes.
Yeah.
so with that, you guys leave, head out into the bustling crowd that is drawing towards the center, which is the market you guys have been to before. We move on to Marcus. Marcus, what are you doing at this festival today? Are you in the group? Hold on. Are you with the group of Gorast and Votten?
No.
Okay, so you're off on your own?
Yep. I decided to head out to the leather shop to get a new set of leather armor. Preferably custom made.
Wasn't the tannery closed?
The leather worker is open, but only open for the morning. Marcus, you walk in. What do you want to buy?
Well, what do they have available?
We're not going to RP this part. What do you want to buy?
I want to buy a leather armor set.
What type of? There are 3 types of leather armor, Marcus. Choose one.
I don't know what they are.
Studded leather?
Fella, in any case, Marcus is picking out in the back. Don't let him lie to you. So Marcus, a regular leather armor. Leather armor. Whatever the hell it's called. I don't know what the hell it's called.
So there's cast off armor, which is we'll not worry about. There's leather.
The set of
Inside
leather. Yeah. Which one do you want?
The better variant of leather is studded by 1 armor point.
Should I put medium armor as well if I choose to? Actually, is chainmail considered light or medium armor?
Medium. Now hang on, chainmail.
Yeah.
Do you have proficiency with it though?
Yes, that is a good question.
I have
What class are you
proficiency
again?
in light and medium armor.
But he's a druid.
Chainmail is considered heavy armor.
Oh.
A chain shirt or a plate.
And it will
Not
take
plate mail, but a
disadvantage
plate.
on quite a lot because you're not proficient with heavy armors. You are proficient with medium armor, though.
What's available for medium armor?
I believe it's just leather.
Nope, there's more than that.
Maybe hide.
There's
Yeah, hide armor.
leather armor is all.
Hide armor.
armor?
Yeah, hide armor is medium armor. It doesn't seem to be that much better than.
There's hide, chain shirt, scale mail, breastplate, and a half plate. All of those form out the medium armor category.
Scale plate, huh? Quickly look at the scale mail.
14 plus dex mod, and it gives you disadvantage on stealth checks because it makes noise when you walk with it.
It'd be a maximum of +2 to the dex mod because of what it is. The only one that gets extra is bloody leather.
Janlin just pointed out something very important, Marcus. Marcus, not gonna lie, you should look stuff up before trying to buy stuff. God damn it. I'm back.
A useful thing called the manage inventory thing, and there's a nice little filter to look at everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, in case you want to get the scale mail, you could get that for, like it says, 50 gold pieces.
There's the breastplate, the half plate, chain shirt.
Wait. Where do I go for the
Fine.
list? For the list of armors?
Manage inventory.
Yeah, manage inventory.
Manage inventory.
Don't click the add button. But
Spike diamond.
Another
I think that's
alternative
where-
is up at the very top of the screen. You have collections, game rules, so on. Go under sources, player's handbook, equipment.
that's true too. Anyway, because we're taking too long on this,
Sorry.
we'll assume you won't need it today. You can order something for later. Because it still needs to be made. It's not like they have it readily available for you. So, you put in your order for your armor set, and you decide, they tell you you can pay when they get it done. At that point, you make your way over to the festival as well, if you have nothing else to do.
Where's that good old lizard? Why is the lizard not in the campaign list?
What, Goras?
I am.
He's here.
Goras is
I'm
here.
looking at my campaign list and it's not on the list.
Weird.
Weird.
You flick over to the next page.
Oh no, I know why, because its profile is set to bloody private.
It isn't though.
It
Hey.
is though.
Welcome to... Oh god. You
So-
can make the DM and player, but you can't stop them from being DMing.
Anyway, so as Marcus heads off to the festival, Balthazar is still in the basement. Gorest, where are you right now?
I'm wondering first off if there is a what's it called again? A botanist that's open.
The botanist? Unfortunately, the botanist. You head over to the botanist shop, and it looks like they're closed.
Dang nabbit. Alright, then I'll just head over to the festival right off the bat.
Okay. What's up, Tensa? What level is everyone, and how you're all doing 5e? Yes, we're doing 5e. Everyone's at level 4 right now. We have. Oh yeah, I never introduced everybody. Marcus, say your name.
I am Marcus. Yeah.
Clear.
I'm the slime that was picked up by a kleptomanic rogue.
Your name.
And named why I said rogue. I don't know.
Ducky.
I'm Mordred. I'm the kleptomaniac rogue.
Jamesy. You're so muted, aren't you?
Hello.
There you go.
Vattenford,
And
the warlock.
Maggot.
I'm Gorast, lizard sorcerer.
Nice. And with that, Goresh, you head over to the festival. Vatten, where are you at?
Jamesy.
Yes.
Where are you at?
Are
What
you?
are you doing?
Well, I don't know, because the one place I wanted to go is not open. What? In that case, I want to go. Where can I go buy armor?
The smithy and leatherworker shop. Hold on. So you're going to the smithy?
Yes.
All right. What do you want to put an order in for? They're taking orders.
Mithril, half plate.
A mithril half plate, huh?
That's gonna be probably the most expensive thing ever. And didn't we talk about using mithril last time? I don't know. No, dwarf.
I don't
We
know.
talked about dwarf
It's
shit.
it's only uncommon.
How is mithril only uncommon? What?
MI Lumox MI.
Mithril?
Yes, MI.
Mithril breastplate.
Mithril half plate.
No, half plate. I want.
Oh, the half plate?
Yes.
Metal's light, flexible metal. It's armor. He's okay. I'll accept something like that, I guess. I'll have to look up at the price. Think of a price for it though. You put your order in. He says this won't be done for at least a week. He's got orders ahead, and this is very hard material to work with, but they can get it done. Not to mention they have to get the materials. But they say give them a week, and they'll get your mithril plate. With that, do you head into the festival?
I don't think I have a shield.
I don't think you do either.
Can I put in another order?
Here you go, Lomax. Here's the
Hang on.
price for most mithril classified mithril armor. It's between 101 to 500 gold.
I'll look at
500.
I'll look at it later. He's got to wait for it.
What's the cost of an animated shield?
Animated shield?
Magic
Yes.
items.
That is not available. That's a very rare item. They wouldn't have that. If you want a regular shield, they have some that's just on stands.
Okay. And how much are they?
Just 10 gold pieces.
I'll just take a normal shield.
All right. You hand over 10 gold pieces. They hand you a shield.
Okay. Oh yeah, I let me know how much the Ooh. Okay. How much the thingy is? The armor is.
Later. They'll come to you with a receipt. If anything, if you don't buy it in the end, they'll take it. They'll make a profit from someone else. But anyway, you head off into the festival now. All right, so now everyone should be in the festival. As I said, we were gonna make as I said last time, we were gonna make the shopping quick.
Me and Mordred aren't at the festival.
You guys left, and outside was the festival. I said you guys are headed
By the
there.
way, Alex, I found an armor I might want. Cast off half plate.
And you're at the wrong place.
I know.
So, can we just bonk him?
Yeah, Bacchus bonkers. Bacchus bonkers.
Hit him again one more time for good measure.
Hang on, can he even wear medium armor?
Yes, he can. He's
Yes, I have
proficient with it.
proficiency.
Anyone can wear it. It's just that he is proficient with
Oh.
it.
Yeah,
Like
but,
you can,
oh, yeah.
like Vatten, you can wield heavy armor
He'll-
if you want to. It's just that you're not proficient with it, and
You
therefore
can also
get
leave
a
your
whole
friends
bunch of
behind.
negatives.
Because if you don't dance, you know you
So they
can't
can't
dance.
dance again and then dance.
That's the only thing I remember. Anyway, so we're heading off. You guys are all in the festival now. You guys have somehow, for some reason, decided to group up together because you're the only one who knows each other. Though, Vaughn, give me a perception check.
Oh no.
Okay, hang on. Because I might want to change my armor.
Oh Jesus.
A perception check, yeah. Oh, that was a 19.
19 is 11.
No, it's yeah. It literally flicked at the last second.
No.
Bastard.
Oh,
You-
jeez. Are we-
You look around, unfortunately. You thought you could spot maybe the magic shop owner somewhere in the festival. But you couldn't find him anywhere.
Okay.
But you guys are wandering around. There are different foods available. One guy has a stall full of different types of jerky. And he says, "Come, come! I have all sorts of different kinds. Deer, pig. Let's see, chicken jerky. I got cow jerky." You have another one by a few stalls down selling corn cobs roasted over the fire, slathered in butter. You have baked potatoes wrapped in leaves.
Ooh.
You have a big-ass pot. Someone pulled out a cauldron over a fire, and there's a giant stew with wooden bowls set next to it. With potatoes, carrots, milk, and what looks like bits of pork. Even one place that is selling ice cream using magic, cold magic as the base stone, and using a mixture of sugar and milk, is curling it into bowls as it freezes.
Ooh.
You also see a stand with sticks with apples covered in both caramelized honey and caramel.
Damn it, Lumix.
You see stalls with turkey legs roasted. You see mutton on a spit. You see muffins being handed out. Even the bakery owner that Marcus had bought food from last time has been handing out cookies that she's been testing.
Uh-oh.
Alex,
What?
I hate you for making me hungry again.
I thought about all
I have
this.
food in my room. I have food, so I'm mad at him, but I'm eating.
I am
Angry
great.
munching
I am
noises.
happy.
In any case, you guys are wandering around the streets, and you see several games as well. You see a stand for axe throwing. You see someone taking a flour sack and tossing them over their head, trying to get it on a mark. You see a tent and a table. The tent is wide open. It's more of a cover. But you see two people wrestling, doing an arm wrestling competition. You see a table is with a gruff-looking man with like a scar over one eye, and he's currently doing a 5-finger fillet where he's stabbing the table between the corners of his fingers. Marcus, you ended up passing a table with goblets upside down, and she kind of hails you. She's like, Sir, would you like to try a game
God.
of King's Cups?
I approach and ask, would you like to explain to me how the game works first?
Of course, sir. You get me any coin you want. I place it under this cup, and I switch the cups around. And if you can find the cup that has your coin under it, I will double what you put in.
All right. Well, I give her wait, let me see what coins I have.
You have a shit ton of gold.
I'll give her a silver.
All right. You place down a silver on the table. She takes it. She places it under a cup, and she starts, without any word, switching the cups around. I need you to roll me a d20 for a. Let's do investigation. Give me an investigation check.
Oh God.
All right.
That's the anti-Marcus game.
It really is. Fuck. Like we.
You watch carefully as she switches the cups around. I gotta make a roll. And you pick your cup, and she lifts it up, and there's your silver. It's like, oh, congratulations! She reaches into a pouch under her table, pulls out a silver, and places it on top of your silver.
Right. I take the silver and then thank her for letting me try the game. But then walk away because there's other stuff to see around here.
Of course.
And I ain't.
With that, you all see other games that you can try. Someone had staked a giant bar. What looks like? Someone give me a perception check. Anyone give me a perception check.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see if you guys know your medals.
So that was a nat 20, but my wisdom's a -1.
Marcus, give me a perception check.
And where is it? Not there.
I
Okay.
see everything.
So, yes, Mordred, you ended up immediately realizing what it was. Goras, you know. Iona, you know. Marcus, you know. Votten, you kind of you have a guess, but you all suspect it's a steel bar, rather hard to bend. But you watch as someone takes the bar and with a giant, like what you would call basically a sledgehammer, slams the hammer into the bar, and you see a small dent in it. And you hear him yell, "Oh! So far, he's made the biggest dent! If no one can bend this bar by the end of the night, looks like the house wins!" Apart from that, you see a stand that has several baskets with what looks like a leather ball. You also see a stand that with several targets at different lengths with a bow nearby. And you also heard that the combat pit was opening later today. So that's about the extent of the games available for you. There are areas with different trinkets and the stalls of food, and you can just do whatever you feel like. Hold on. All right, so who wants to go where?
Food.
Food? What do you want to eat?
Everything.
As you go around, each piece of food that you collect is about 1 copper. But you manage to get several. You get a ice cream cone, but the cone itself is just a stone cone. So you can't really eat that. You actually find a stall with roasted lizard tails.
Ooh.
You also find a fruit stand that's selling apples, strawberries, pears, and peaches. You also see a stall, I believe, which would be your favorite, a stall of dried fish.
I
Oh,
want.
Lord. Well, it seems Auntie Lisa's friend is.
My tail
off.
wags wildly, and every once in a while it slams hard into the ground.
As you do, it kicks up dust, but everyone's more in regards to looking at you, in regards to, causing the noise, but everyone's just having a good time. Let's say you spend about 5 copper with the food that you buy. For now.
Okay.
Anyone else want to do something?
Is there anything you want to do there, dear?
That cream-like thing looks interesting. It's on the way as well. We could go there. Try that.
As we walk towards it, I make a point of I'm gonna change my hair color, height, and bust size.
Oh, yeah?
I'm swapping to a mixture of blonde and red. For my hair, lengthening it down to my mid back. Bust size is to a C cup, and my height to about 5'8".
Okay. So, before we get to that, I'm going to run a quick ad. So our pre-rolls can come back on.
Money.
Well, it's not really for money. I don't get that much from it, but it's just to keep pre-roll ads off. So, I apologize. It's just something I have to do. out so much effort into that, you might as well. Oh, Jalen's saying, how about one of you asses buy us a map? That could be later. I'm okay with that. But I'm going to run a quick ad, and we'll be right back. Anyone need to use the bathroom really quick?
No, I'm good.
Claire, something's picking up in your background again.
It's Australia. Something got to kill him.
Yep.
It's probably the roof spider trying to kill him now.
Right.
Hey, Lumix,
What?
take a shot.
Oh, God.
E, 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 e.
It's a shame. Smitty's not here to enjoy it with me.
I am here. I have my strong liquor. I got myself a new bottle of Jaeger just a few days ago.
All right.
Oh,
I guess I'll
God. I
take a
hate it.
shot then.
Eh, eh, eh.
3, 2, 1, shoot. Vodka.
Oh, I know what I want to do. It just come to me.
What? What
Oh,
do you want to
no.
do?
Okay. I want to go to the library.
The town, the part of the town that you are in doesn't have a library.
And the other ones are probably closed because of the festival.
As
Well, fuck you then.
I don't.
As a public building, a library would probably still be open.
Yes, it would still be open, but that's a luxury area, and that is in the. I wrote it somewhere. The Fireborn district.
Okay, and where are we?
You
So
guys.
basically no non-humans or non-near humans. Considering this region is still somewhat xenophobic.
In any case, well,
How
not the
far
town.
Away, yeah, how far away is it?
You have to cut through the festival, but you can get to basically the rich portion of the town rather easily. Right now, you guys are in the wedge, which is the common area. But
Okay.
is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back to you then. As you cut across, you kind of leave the group, and who said they were going to do something?
Ice cream for me and Mordred
Oh, right. So you guys
on
spend
the way to the smithy.
right. So you buy each spend 2 copper to get a ice cream, 1 for each. So each of you need to spend 2 copper.
I don't have any copper. I gave him a gold coin and I asked for
Wait.
for
I
the
have
change.
copper. I have copper.
Okay.
I'll. Let's not get into the
Oh,
insanity that is.
Well, I mean,
Yes, I
that's
know.
it's usually the case of whatever money you have is interchangeable in your pocket. You know.
Okay, I've paid for it. 2 copper paid.
Okay. So you grab your ice cream. It doesn't have chocolate, but it definitely tastes like vanilla.
Does
It's
it have vanilla
sweet.
bean?
No,
Sweet.
it is sweet though.
Is it? It's cold, obviously. Does it freeze my hand slightly at all?
No. The stone that you're holding the ice cream on is pretty warm. You see ice cream kind of melting off of it. It's not hot, but it's not cold either. It's like room temperature. But you guys end up. Let's see. Who do I want to pick? Gorest.
Oh.
Nom nom nom.
You as you're currently munching on a fish, half of its tail kind of poking out of your mouth with your arms grasping around other different foods that you've bought. Someone ends up accidentally bumping into you and almost making you drop your food. You see before you a man standing tall and muscle-bound, a big beard growing on his face, his skin graying, with different tattoos seem to mark his skin. And it says, "Oi, watch it there, lizard boy." Oh, you all growl at me, eh?
Oh,
All right. He's asking for it. I cost alter self and double my size to a large creature.
As you do this, the crowd kind of pauses, and the man with the beard looks up to you. He has to physically look up. He's being about 7 feet tall, 8 feet, and you just shadow him a bit.
I look down on him and growl, "Say that again."
He looks to you with narrowed eyes before laughing and slapping your leg a little bit. It's like, oh, calm down, big boy. This is a festival. We're all having a good time. Hey, how's about you face me in an arm wrestling competition, eh?
Oh. How close are we, Lumix? How close are me and Iona to this?
Considering I
you
am
guys-
taller than everybody else, you can literally see my crest fully risen up. Like, you know, I forgot the name of the parrot in English, but you know these white parrots with like yellow crests that they can lift up.
Yeah. They're cockatoos.
Yeah, essentially, cockatrices. That's it. Essentially, my crest has risen up in the same form that cockatrices do. My tail is like slowly wagging left and right every once in a while, slamming hard into the ground, making even more noise and dust due to my increased size and so on. I am very easy to spot.
Yes, you guys are maybe 20 feet away. You guys kind of left them in regards to getting your ice cream, but the crowd stops, and they're all waiting on Goreth's reaction.
Oh, fuck. Well, shit.
Do with it, darling. Let's just keep going.
No.
Let the lizard work out her own issues.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but I want to see the blood.
We can see the blood at the fight tournament later.
Goreth, what do you want to do?
Yeah, let's go find. Let's go see if there's anybody drunk yet.
I still want to visit the smithy, you know.
Yes.
Maggot,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? Everyone's waiting on you.
I have my hands full with food. I cannot arm wrestle right now, but I will take up the challenge. Very well. But Kin would prefer it if you did not refer to her as boy.
As you say this, do you lower your size?
I reduce it ever so slightly. But I'm still larger than he is.
What's everyone laughing
Marcus!
at?
Marcus hurt himself again.
Oh God, it happens every
Oh,
stream.
Jesus.
I could go back and make a compilation now.
Please do.
It's hilarious. All right. So with your size lowering, you hear the music pick back up and the people going back to enjoying the festival. He kind of reaches up, and I mean, you're about his size now, so he kind of wraps his
Still
arm
larger than
around
him,
you.
Still larger than him.
How large?
8 feet.
Okay. Well, he's about 8 feet. That's what I said.
You said 7.
7 to 8 feet. You're
Right,
still.
then 8 to 9 feet. Regardless, I am going to remain bigger than him.
All right. So, You keep your size taller than him, but he's trying to. He grasps on your shoulders like, sorry about that. Like I said, we're just having a good time. Come on, follow me to the arm wrestling tent. When you're done with your food, we can take over the table.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
I take another big bite of another fish. At this point, I could literally just swallow them whole, considering the size.
Yep. And with that, we come to Iona. Iona, as you guys are walking, trying to get away from Gorath's large form, you come across the archery range. Man looks up to you. Looks like a guardsman in his uniform. You haven't seen him before, though. And he walks up, he kind of waves up to you, says, Oi, we have games over here with prizes if you'd like to win. 3 arrows, 5 copper.
And what are the prizes?
The prizes being a wooden doll. And he holds it up. It looks kind of shoddy. Limbless. Not really limbless, but it's got like rings to connect the limbs together. So they kind of dangle and move to to his adjustments. We also have, if you win, you get back a gold piece. And if you manage to hit the first target, we have a selection of fruit available for you.
Anything extra doesn't seem worth my time.
Darling, just get no play.
Oh, fine. I'll annoy this young man. I'll annoy this person. I pay the 5 copper for a single for a single game.
Okay.
See how the rules go.
So, which one do you want to aim for first? There's the first target, which is about 10 meters. The second one, that's about 15. And the other one, the last one, which is about 20. He specifies that the first one is a prize of fruit. If you get anywhere around the bullseye or the bullseye. The second one is the doll, and the third one is the gold piece.
I'll go for the third one.
Okay. Give me a roll.
I'll use my own longbow in this situation.
Okay.
I have it on me still.
Oh boy.
All right. You don't have to roll damage. But you roll back your longbow, pulling it from your back, and he goes up to you. He's like, "Oh, well, okay," because he was trying to hand you the bow that he was supposed to hand out, and he launched an arrow, and it bullseye. What's up, Rose?
Hey, Rose.
Hi, Rose. We're doing D&D.
Yes. With that,
Coin now, sir.
with that, he kind of gulps, but goes into his pouch and hands you a gold piece.
How many shots did I get again?
You get 3, so you can take 2 more.
I kind of like take 2 arrows in my hand at the same time and fire them in quick succession to each other.
Well,
Yeah. You. Do you aim at the second one or the third one again?
I aim at the second and first. The one with the fruit, and then the third one again.
All right.
So the 16 is the fruit, and the 21 is the third.
All right. So as you aim the first one, boom, it hits the ring outside of the bullseye, but it's still a win. And as you aim quickly to the last one, You watch as the arrow splits the first one into the bullseye.
I can call for the theatrics, sir.
You watch as the guardsman kind of rubs his head and he's like, well, here is your fruit. And he hands you a rather plump-looking strawberry. And pulls it into a pouch and pulls out a gold coin for you. Here you go, miss.
See, darling? Not a big waste of time.
No, not really. But we really should get going before the smithy closes his doors.
Yeah.
Now, ta-ta, Mr. Sir.
Oh,
That
oh,
looks
The
like a
guardsman.
guard.
of course. And you wander off. You actually hear a little bit of information. A group talking. Hey, did you hear about the drinking competition at the Broken Stool tonight? Yeah. I heard that. I heard a lot of people are joining into that. Did you know how big the pot's gonna be? It's 500 gold pieces, isn't it? The largest it's been in history.
Wow.
Shall we go,
Must be-
darling?
Well, yeah.
It's more money. It should be
But
easy
you,
money.
but you make your way past the crowd to go back to the smithies. At this point, we head over to Vattenfall. Vatten, you want to make your way over to the
Library.
the library. As you make your way to the library, a large door to the Fireborn district blocks your way. A guard standing outside of the only entrance, which
Okay,
is
can I see anyone through it?
it's a wooden door. You can't.
Okay.
You do see
I
you do see a guard off to the side, kind of keeping watch. Kind of looking upset that he's not able to join the festivities.
how many guards have I seen before?
You've seen a couple every now and then. They tend to roam the streets quite often.
Okay, I want to back off a little bit so he can't see me and disguise myself as a guard.
Okay. And you try to sneak past
Then-
him.
No, I'm just gonna walk up to the door.
All right, I need you to give me a deception check. That's the thing is that you managed to get the disguise down to the uniform. We ended up not really disguising your face with it. So as you walked up, the man kind of holds your shoulder and says, "Oh, where do you think you're going?"
Come to relieve you.
And you are...
Johnson.
He kind of just reaches
I'm-
up to try
I'm
to take
new
your...
here.
He kind of reaches up to try to take your helmet off, and his hand faces... you're using the spell disguise stuff, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
So,
his hand just
technically-
faces right through.
Okay.
He kind of looks to you for a moment, like, "You're lucky I don't arrest you right now, boy. Now get out of here."
Hang on, why did I have to roll for disguise self?
You didn't. You rolled for deception. to try to get past him.
Right. Well, I wasn't trying to get past him. You just presumed I was trying to get past him. I was planning to go up to him and tell him I'm relieving him from duty, and then I was gonna get him to go, and then I was just gonna walk through.
You still had to convince him that you were there to relieve his duty. You still had to
Especially
say
your
accept him.
Okay. I'll go back round the corner. Then I'll use disguise self and disguise myself as one of the guys who are in the purple cloaks.
Okay. And how do you approach him this time?
Now, this time, I'm going to just try and walk straight through the door. This time, I'm going to try and go past him.
Okay. Give me another deception check. Okay. As you kind of wander away, he loses sight of you and comes around. And he sees you as the hooded figure. Your face being fully covered this time, with the hood, and you kind of just walk through. He doesn't seem to stop you, though. He kind of glances your way. You don't really notice this, but the door shuts behind you, and you've made your way into the rich district. And you see several people walking along, seeming to enjoy their own kind of festivities. Music is also playing in the background, but it's at a much quieter tone, as they're enjoying inside versions of the festival. It's very pompous.
As I'm walking to the library, I want to see if there's a magic shop open in here.
Give me a investigation check, because you have no idea where the library is. 16? All right.
16.
As you roam corner after corner, you manage to make your way to what looks like a rather lavish-looking building, with marble pillars and gold trims, and you walk inside and you see books everywhere. A man walks up to you and says, "Oh, well, what brings an inquisitor into our midst today?" A man with rather nice-looking glasses, a crack on one side, but he's got a rather nice, thin face, and hair parted off to one side. He's in a kind of white and blue robes, but is pretty self-set, you know. It doesn't look that bad to where he is. I need you to roll me another deception check, if you want to keep the
Okay.
disguise.
But did I see a magic shop as I was walking there?
No, you didn't. Not with your roll.
Only a 10.
It kind of raises an eyebrow to you, but doesn't say anything. So, how can I help you, sir?
I'm looking for the books on magical items.
I'm sorry? And he kind of looks confused. And, we don't really have anything like that, sir.
Well, fuck.
We have books in regards to
How could-
history, and we have the books in regards to the history of well, basically just history books.
Okay, I want to somehow find a book relating to that orb that I have, if it's possible, without showing the orb, or like, but explaining the depiction that was on the wall.
Right. I'm gonna need a. You kind of give him a nod and walk past him. He kind of just leaves you alone after that, and you see him disappear. But I need you to roll me another investigation.
Oh, come on!
As you
Getting stuck in the corner.
As you go through shelf after shelf, you're looking and looking and looking. Unfortunately, just can't find it. It's just not there. And you spend like an hour searching before you hear movement off to your side. The man is back with a guard. He says, I think he went this way. And he points to around the corner of where you are.
Okay, well, I recast, because it's been an hour, my disguise self is gone, so I'm going to recast disguise self to look like one of the ones I passed walking to this place.
Guard or?
No, just a normal person.
Normal person. Okay. So as you do, I need you. No, I don't see a problem with that. So, you disguise yourself and you turn a corner and walk your way. Are you walking to the exit or are you staying?
Walk to the exit.
All right. You walk your way to the exit and walk out of the building with the people unaware. And where do you go now?
I want to try and find a magic shop.
You didn't see any on your way here. I need to roll me another investigation.
Here we go.
A 20?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you just can't seem to find one in this area. Even if it's a 20, there isn't a magic shop available here. They have no real need for it in the rich district. That's why there's a magic shop in the common district, because magic items are usually used for adventurers, and if they need magic items, they usually request it from the city.
Can I see anyone near me?
I will give you that. You see several people walking down the street. There's quite a crowd. They're just trying to get places.
Do I notice anyone with like a big pouch on their back or something around their waist?
They're all pretty pompous. They don't really carry anything. Most of them have cloaks that tend to hide their body. But no, you don't see any cloaks on backs or anything like that. Or packs on backs.
Oh, okay. I'll just make my way back out through the door.
All right, so you head back
into
out
the other
common district.
Yeah.
All right. While we do that, we come back to everyone. Marcus, where are you at right now?
I'm still exploring the festival and looking for good food to eat.
Well, there's all sorts of good food to eat. You actually wander by the stew stand, and they even hand you a free bowl of the milk, potato, carrot, cabbage stew. With little bits of ham in it. Little bits of pork.
Absolutely delicious.
It's very tasty. It could use some spice, though. In any case, we come to Goras. Goras, you've managed to eat the majority of your food, and the large man who has been talking to you, his name being Dreg Fortson, sits at the table where the arm wrestling competition is being held, and gets his arm ready. Says, "Are you ready now?"
Yes. I say as I lift up my own arm and lock it with his.
All right. As you do, let's see. Mordred and Iona, you end up walking by to see Goras getting her hand into position, locking with the large man, but Goras being larger than the man still. And
I've slowly but steadily been reducing my size back to normal.
okay. And with that, you both grip tightly and says, "Oh, this is gonna be a good match." And you watch as the referee, a man in like a cloth shirt, holds both of your hands like, "All right, no moving of the elbow. You're allowed to grip the table. All right, 3, 2, 1." And as soon as he lets go, you both force. I need you to make a strength saving check. Strength throw.
Well, that's decent. Not fantastic, but it's decent.
16.
Dang it.
So as you begin to force, you feel that little bit more kind of just come from Dreg as he pushes, and you see the strain and muscle bulge on his arm as he kind of angles you to one side. I need to do another one.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
That's +3. 14, 15, 16, 17. It's an even match. So you manage to just he goes for another push, but you're not allowing it as you just force as much power as you can into your arm to keep him from moving. Roll again.
Damn it.
And with that, you feel your strength waning as he slams your hand into the table and rises up. Oh, yeah! Oh, that was a good match there, Mace.
Indeed.
And you listen.
True workout.
Indeed. And you watch as the referee kind of takes up Drake's hand and say, "We have a champion still! Can no one beat the mountain?"
Am I in your shot of this?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Iona and Mordred are also in earshot. You guys were actually watching.
Perhaps can I give it a shot?
Of course. You walk up, finishing off your soup and placing your wooden bowl off to the side. You sit down across from Dreg and put your arm on the table. What do you say to him?
Hey, well, I've never really participated in these kind of competitions before, but there's always a first time for everything, isn't there?
All right. He kind of looks to you, kind of. Of course, man. Always gotta enjoy the one with big brass. And he sits down and puts his hand in your hand. I need you to. No, he kind of grips your hand tightly, and you kind of wince to it because it's very strong. It's a strong hold. And the referee says it again. No moving your elbows. Gripping the table is allowed. 3, 2, 1, and he lets go. I need you to roll a strength check.
All right.
Oh, Jesus.
And with that, you feel him just immediately put power into it. You barely have a chance to stop it before your hand hits the table.
I'm gonna go.
He roll again.
Oh my god.
Another strength check.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
5,
Yeah.
12. We managed to actually. He was so taken aback by how slow you are to respond to his pull. He kind of pulled back on accident, and you watch as both of their hands kind of go back to the center as he's continued pushing. Give me another roll.
Oh god.
Oh, damn.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yep. You watch as Dreg kind of unknowing, wondering what's happening, forces his muscles to try to work an overdrive, but Marcus is just pushing it further and further. One more roll.
Jeez.
That's a plus
Ooh.
3 on that. So 19. So you watch as this druid manages to can't just keep up, and his muscles tiring out as he's just forced back into the middle. And you both are sweating. This is taking a long turn. The crowd is cheering and everything is lit up. Do another roll. Oh no! And with that, Marcus presses again. The druid overtaking the behemoth called the Mountain, as you force him back close to the table.
What is this
At
bullshit?
this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Shape Water to lower the temperature of the sweat on their skin.
Oh my
so
God.
that they
Oh,
cool
no.
down.
Oh,
This might be it. Oh, a natural 20. And with that, everyone watches as Dreg's hand cracks into the table, enough that the wooden table breaks and sends Dreg into the floor.
Hey,
What the fuck is this roll?
hey, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go.
Rotate my cleave tongue a little bit just so that I'm able to whistle.
I'm gonna walk up and sling my arm over Marcus and give him a kiss on the cheek, saying, "Well, somebody's gonna have a good night. Is that good for you, there, Foxy?"
I just tilt my head and I'm just slightly confused as to what happened.
Dreg is also slightly confused, but he's on the ground looking at the ceiling. And the referee comes over and lifts Marcus's hand and says, "Say hello to our new champion! What's your name, son?"
My name is Marcus. Marcus Hallaby.
And what's your stage name?
Well, I guess you can call me the Druid from afar.
The Druid from afar! And the crowd just cheers.
While Mordred's kind of buttering up to Marcus, I kind of go up to the muscle guy. I'm like, "Don't worry, he's a bit strange every now and then. He is part animal after all."
You watch as Drake kind of gets up and says, "Ha! Good on you, mate!" And he pats Marcus on the back. Marcus, I need you to
Are you good?
roll me.
Wait, I'm just slung over him, and so I'm still there. Oh, jeez, I might go flying.
No,
Yes.
Marcus, I need you to make me just give me a strength check.
Heck, alright.
You felt the slap on your back like you just got the wind knocked out of you. But he pats you on the back and says, "Ha ha! Good job. Well, I'm not champion anymore, but I feel like that's a weight off my shoulders. You might want to watch out for them, though." And he points to a group of muscle-bound folk, other foresters, who kind of are looking at you, thinking, I could take them. And they all kind of group around you. It's like, now face me!
Before they kind of start fighting Marcus, Iona also kind of like teases Marcus like, "Good luck, little druid," and walks off with Mordred in hand, dragging.
Oh,
Just
Uh,
taking the horny fucking. I'm laughing too hard right now.
I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Shape Water using the sweat of the two previous contestants to throw out most of the salt, making it actually, drinkable, and then turning it into like ice cubes to cool both of them down.
Oh, okay.
I was
Well,
gonna say,
they...
Prep yourselves for the next
Is
one.
there- Lummox, can I roll perception to see if there's anybody with that looks rich sitting around?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hopefully this goes well.
Lumux, I want to do something.
Into 10.
Unfortunately, no, you can't seem to find anyone like that. Most of the people around here are pretty common, and you figure from what you can see, the most people anyone would have would be a couple silver.
Nothing worth it.
What do you want to do, Vatten?
How far away am I from everyone?
You're on your way back, but you haven't gotten there yet. You can see it in the distance.
Okay. I want to look up to my right. Is there like a roof?
Yeah, they're pretty high, though.
Okay, that's fine. I want to cast Minor Illusion and create a loud dragon's roar coming from that direction.
Let me see. Minor illusion. Okay. Yeah, you... The range of it is 30 feet
30 feet.
by 5 feet. Well, you can range from a whisper to a scream. It could be your voice, someone else's voice, or lion's roar, or beating of drums. Okay, yeah, and you're wanting... I'm guessing you're wanting this to reach the festival.
Oh, this is good. This is gonna be the loudest like roar ever. Yeah.
Okay. So, with you hiding, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
You cast your minor illusion spell, and suddenly a whoa! It rings out throughout the entire town. The music stops, and everyone starts screaming as everyone thinks a dragon is attacking.
Yep.
And everyone runs for cover into different buildings, leaving everyone but Iona, Mordred, and Gorast
What
standing
about the
around.
strongmen?
The strongman has also ran.
I think about it and then I look into this roar. Because if this roar is real, there would be a dragon on the horizon in that direction.
Give me an investigation.
I drop my quarterstaff and do the same, looking around for the dragon and...
Successful intelligence investigation check. Spell save against the spell save DC of the caster. What's your spell save DC? That and
It should be 14 at most.
It's 14.
I know it's fake.
I don't.
I kind of like go over to Mordred. This is a fake dragon roll. We should
Yeah.
still go to the smithy, though, considering our way is not clear.
Mm-hmm.
I huff at the air and also taste it with my tongue to see if I can sense any other scales other than my own.
As kind of still walking off, I kind of like yell, "It's fake, by the way. Don't worry about it. It's just an illusion."
Who would make illusions like that to ruin a good day?
I kind of also yell, "How about the bastard that could have stolen the gold?" To
Now that you
To our
mention it,
good old friend. Who
now
is
that you
it?
mention it, that doesn't sound too far off.
No.
When it goes quiet, I want to cast it again and set off 5 more sounds that sound like fireworks going off.
Well,
Wow.
I don't think you can cast it more than once at a time.
It's at will. Yeah,
Right.
so I cast it.
It's a cantrip.
One goes off, cast
Or is
it,
it?
one goes off, cast it, one goes off.
Yeah, but casting time is one action each.
One action
Yeah,
is
but it
roughly
also says you
6
can
few
make
seconds.
yeah. So I cast one big firework and then like 2 discrete ones. Because I can cast because the sound can continue at different times before it ends as well.
Yeah, all right. So,
Hold on, BRB. Gonna run to the loo.
okay.
Piss!
So as you cast your minor illusion, doing all that, you make the roar, the firework sounds, the not really firework, but explosions, because you don't know what a firework sounds like, because you haven't heard about gunpowder.
We haven't heard explosions either.
The closest you probably come to is your Eldritch Blast explosions, which is this
Or my magic missile.
Yeah, or your magic missile.
We haven't
So-
cast it yet.
No, he has.
I did cast that
No.
He has cast a magic missile.
With his glove.
when I dealt like 60 something damage to that one creature in one round.
Anyway, as I was saying, and it echoes through the town, and no one really, even though they heard Aona yell out that it was fake, the townspeople aren't coming out when they hear more of it.
See, the thing is, if a minor illusion is known by others as a fake, the sound or illusion becomes very faint.
That's for the
Ah.
one, yeah.
Jesus Christ!
That's only for the dragon.
Damn it!
Which
And
means
that's
they would hear
only
the
if-
explosions, but the
that's
dragons
only-
roar.
No. That's only if they pass the wisdom's intelligent investigation checks.
Or if they're convinced by
becomes-
someone else, I would say.
In my case, I just know it's fake. Because I've already heard it and investigated it and determined it to be fake. Flummox, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You got jump scared by Janlin.
I did. You let your guard down, Lummox. Thank you. So I need everyone to roll me investigation.
Since I already know it's fake, do I still need to roll?
No, this is a different one. So yeah.
Yeah, but I'd already know it would be fake because it's the same
You-
similar
In
thing with
regards-
dragon noises and
In
stuff.
regards that you're not changing the sound of the dragon, but also adding explosions, I'd say that
I
he doesn't
succeed.
have
Well, no, because
to.
the dragon would have stopped.
You said dragon and then
That's why I
fireworks.
said. That's why I said when it goes quiet, then I cast the explosion one. So the dragon one would have stopped because I could stop that one as well.
Oh, the first time you said that you were including another dragon roar.
No, I just said I just want to add 5
Okay,
fireworks. I didn't say
okay.
I wanted- yeah.
That's what I heard last time. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
Anyway, so
okay.
at that point, yes, you would. It's a new sound. You'd have to roll again.
I rolled and I succeeded.
Yes. So Marcus knows it's
And I
fake.
succeed again.
Goras knows it's fake. Aona knows it's fake. Mordred,
Mordred?
Nana?
Ducky.
Roll an investigation check.
There you go.
I yell out into
Everyone-
the thin
Everyone
air.
knows it's fake.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
I
it's
basically
fake.
yell out into the air. Stop hiding behind your illusions and come out and face us, coward.
Oh, look, it's the cunt.
No, the townspeople. That was my role. The townspeople are still unable to determine if it's real or not.
Wow. So he knows the cunt being a cunt.
So, what do
We
you do now,
put two
Fine?
and two together and just figure it out that the only person here that we know can cast that isn't here.
Has
No, because
he?
this is one I got from level 4. I'd never cast this before. So
Yeah,
you
he-
wouldn't know that I could cast this.
Yes, but we know you're a warlock and have the potential to cast spells like this. And the only two spellcasters are sitting right in this area.
In this town.
He's got you there. And
I'm
you
pretty
all
sure I
know,
can learn to cast it too, but I
and
have to double
ever
check that.
other than Iona and
I can
Mordred,
cast minor illusion as a cantrip.
and other than Iona and Mordred, Marcus, Votten, and Goras know that Smithy's in the basement still.
Probably still bonking himself on the head or something.
I have the bloody
He
sword.
doesn't have that.
In any case, what do you guys do now?
Do we know where?
I
Going
yelled out to
to
come
the
out and
smithy.
face us instead of hiding behind my
Uh,
puny illusions.
you
We
guys,
know where he is.
yes, you guys do know where he is.
We do?
In regards
We
to
know
it
his
being
direction.
30 feet, Marcus and Iona rolled 20s, so yes, they know the general direction on where you are. Goras and Mordred, no, you don't.
I kind of like lean forward while I'm walking closer to the smithy, like. By the way, the sound seems to be coming from that direction, and I point in the direction.
I sheath my quarterstaff, go down on all fours, and start hazing after that in that direction.
I kind of tell Marcus to follow, as well.
Is anyone at the door that I came through
The rich
where
people
that guard
area.
was before? Yes.
Oh yeah, the guards will be mobilizing as well.
Yes. Actually, quite a few what look like heavily armored knights are bursting through the door.
You're in deep shit.
I'm gonna shout.
Hold on, I'm gonna
across.
hold on. I need to see if they also. No, they don't know. They don't know where it came from. They know the general area, but they also don't know if they also don't think it's fake.
We
So
point.
they think it's real.
Can we point out to the guards where it came from?
Yeah. So
Yeah, please point out to them where they came from, where that lovely asshole's noises were coming from.
So in that case, as the group points to your general direction of where the sound came from, Votten, you now have your your group as well as a bunch of guards heading your way. What do you do?
I'm going to grab my sword,
Uh-huh.
physically cut across my face, all my arms and my legs, and lay on the floor as if I'm knocked out.
I need you to roll me damage dice for your sword. For how many cuts you want to do. Okay, that's 11. 9.
That's 20.
12.
Here we go.
That is 32 damage. He fucked.
8 health left.
Oh. Oh.
That's self-inflicted too.
Yeah. Can I find him, please?
Oh wait, I should have used my dagger instead.
Don't.
Dumb.
Roll me an investigation.
I'm
I'm
And
still
obviously my
on
sword,
my way to the
as
prison.
obviously I'm gonna dismiss my sword before they get there.
Right. Give me. He rolled a 10. Give me a stealth check. Because obviously you're wanting to be hidden, right?
No, he must be.
No, I
seen.
don't. I don't. Yeah, I want them to find me.
Okay. Well, he's not. He's not. He's not stealthing. So you immediately find him.
Aw, and he looks nearly dead, Iona. Huh.
I don't know if he's stupid or something. Hey, Half-Orc, you're still awake, and we know this. Would you like a drop of this poison, perchance? And I hold up the poison that we made last session.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot I have that.
And you guys do realize to your left are a heavily armored guards looking around in this general direction, coming from a door.
They are looking everywhere to see if they can find this dragon. They're not really paying
So they
attention.
wouldn't.
Wait,
Oh, hold
yeah.
on. Let me roll to see if they would notice this.
Because I'm pretty much in front of the door.
Okay, yeah, they kind of run up and they're currently inspecting Vatten. But they're definitely keeping an eye on anyone in this area.
Hey, I'm going to do an investigation because, well,
I was gonna
a
say,
history
wait.
and an investigation. Because I'm going to check my memory for history of dragon encounters in the past, and then I'm going to see if the scratch marks, quote unquote, match up.
I was gonna say, can we just? I was gonna say, can I just put a drop of Jaws?
Actually, I'll do you one better. Roll me a medicine check.
Me or
You're the one who wants to make sure these are dragon marks and not sword, whatever marks.
I'd just say dragon
They
marks.
definitely look like dragon marks.
What about you, Mordred?
No, you're super convinced they're dragon marks.
I'm still doubtful. Even if I am super convinced, I'm still doubtful because we've been messed up. We've been fucked
Right.
with by this person multiple times.
Right.
Well, if they are real, it was a long time coming.
I still have a poisoned. Wait, Lumix, I still have poisoned arrows from with Drow's Wrath.
I guess you do, yes.
I take one of my poisoned arrows and tap it into his wound on his face.
Roll me a stealth check because the guards are currently looking.
It's 18.
All right.
He's dead. That's a DC 18 saving throw.
And you're currently pretending to be unconscious, aren't you, Vatten?
It's a disadvantage.
Well, no, when the guards come over, no.
Well, they haven't come over. They're currently searching the area.
Oh.
They're keeping an eye on you.
Yeah.
And Mordred just kind of like tapped an arrow to your face to see if you're awake.
Well, as soon as the arrow hits me, I'm obviously gonna wake up.
Yeah, but on this area, there's
call for the
poison on your
guards.
cut.
You're not gonna be liking your life.
So they stab at one of the open wounds you created with a stealth check that makes the guards not suspicious before you can even react because you're currently pretending to be unconscious. You don't notice this until it's too late, and you need to roll...
DC 18 saving throw.
Yeah, DC 18 saving roll.
Or what?
Constitution.
Constitution, yes.
It's always Constitution if we're talking poison.
8.
Let me just get. I gotta go find where I sent it to Lumix, so I gotta go dig up what the rest of that fucking information. Shit. Lumix sent me some. Where is that? My book of poisons. Fuck.
That's getting wild. You went from pretending to be unconscious to actually being unconscious. Should have kept that inspiration.
It will be worse if I. Where did I put that? Oh wait, no, I dropped it in D&D stuff.
No, inspiration only lasts a day. As soon as we have that long rest, anyone with inspiration loses it.
I used my inspiration during the boss fight, so I don't have it anyways.
A lot of people use theirs. We're gonna run.
But you still have the Tides of Chaos,
so
which lets me reroll anyway.
If anyone has inspiration right now, they've lost it because they didn't use it on the day.
Fuck. Where the fuck did I put? Shit. Where's this book?
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the drow poison. What was the name?
By looks of it,
specific
nobody
name of
has
it?
inspiration anyway.
It was Drow's Wrath, was what it was called. I had to use because it didn't pop up as an item.
Right.
God.
All right. So what's the DC on that?
No.
Well, I don't think we're looking at the DC. We're looking at the damage caused by not succeeding on it.
If I remember correctly, it was 2d8 necrotic.
God, there's so much porn.
Oh Jesus Christ!
What?
Necrotic damage is fun.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we'll just go with what the drought poisons one is. I know I linked it to Lumix, which pissed me off.
Poison.
I don't see it.
It's Pete. Yeah, I know, which is the annoying part, because I know I sent it to you because I had to, or did I send it to Clear? I sent it to Clear, because.
I think you posted it somewhere.
I know I posted things. This is the annoying part when it's been 2 weeks and I've sent so many messages around.
Well, anyway, we're just gonna have to look up regular poison damage. It's taking too
we've
long.
got Drow's poison, which is
what we have it marked as in game.
Draw poison. DC 13. Is someone getting shaved?
empty.
A creature shows at this point it must succeed a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned for 1 hour.
It was a DC 18 in the case, because it was Drow's Wrath instead of Drow Poison.
The creature is also unconscious while poisoned in this way. If the saving throw fails by 5 or more, the creature is also unconscious while poisoned in this way. The creature wakes up if it takes damage.
And it was a fail by 5 or more.
Yes. The creature wakes up if it takes damage or if another creature takes an action to shake it awake. So, Votten, we're going with that.
I found it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I found my book.
So...
Drow's Wrath. Yeah, I'll link it to you. I'm just gonna put it in D&D stuff.
Okay.
You should find that.
There it is.
It's on like the 4th page.
Okay.
Page.
On the PDF thing?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, so Drow's poison. Drow's Wrath. There it is. A sweet smell arises from the wound. The liquid causes you to become poisoned for the duration. If the saving throw score is 13 or less, you also fall unconscious for the duration unless awakened. Note that if you are awakened, you are still poisoned for the duration.
He done.
Well, he's
unconscious plus poison for an hour.
Saving roll. Yeah. Well, he doesn't really take damage. He just takes, hold on.
would make sense if you don't take poison damage over time. Yeah.
Let's
The
see.
poison, you would take damage over time. It's injury type as well.
yeah,
It's D&D. It's D&D. That's not how D&D works.
Drop
That's up to the
poison.
DM.
There's poisons that deal damage,
And there's
poison.
poisons that make people unconscious. This one doesn't deal damage. He is unconscious. That is a fact. So yes, you go from pretending to be unconscious to actually being unconscious as the poison rushes through your veins and you're unable to wake up. At this point, you're just laying on the ground. As the guards search around, I need to make a roll. They don't see any signs, and they still believe there's a dragon around, but they...
I kind of like wave my hand to call over the guard captain to have a
Okay.
chat with him.
As you do, he kind of looks around and says, "What is it, miss?" And you've seen him before. He's the one with the twiddly mustache that offered you the chest of gold coins before.
Oh, hello again.
Ah, yes, hello.
I'm just gonna tell you the dragon roar was fake, and so were the explosions.
What? Who would do something like that?
I don't know, but it's a question of how this bum got cut up.
Perhaps we have a roguish figure that's going around causing trouble. Ruining everyone's
Maybe, but
day.
this is taking my time out of my schedule to go visit the smithy. Can you handle it here now? That you know it's fake?
Well, we still have to find the culprits. Unfortunately, we might have to cancel the rest of the festival.
Well, since he's the only one here, I was just looking him up as a suspect. It seems the best option.
No, well, dear, you go to the smithy. I'm gonna take our dear friend here back to the pub and to his room.
Moving him will wake him up.
He's unconscious for an hour.
But
Unless moved. It literally stated unless moved. Moving will wake up.
Yep. If you move him in any way, he will wake up. If he's attacked if he receives damage or is woken up by he can wake up by movement, but yeah.
You shake it awake.
Before leaving, I also go, "Oh yes, try not to move him. He seems quite cut up and quite badly injured. Might just want to call for a medicine, a healer of some sort to come handle him."
Oh.
Yes, we're going to leave now because we don't like him.
Yeah.
He's messed with us too many times.
I see.
I mean, there is the time that he stole the gold. Well, nearly stole the gold. He appeared in the thing. He didn't tell us he was taking the gold, remember?
And with that, he kind of nods and surrounds he has men kind of look to both sides, and he actually calls over one of the other men who seems to be holding a stone in his hand. It's fine. Before you go, I looks to the man. He taps the stone, and suddenly an orb, a blue sphere, traps all of you before disappearing. You've just been entered into a sphere of truth. I need you to tell me the truth here, because you won't have a choice. Do you know who caused this disturbance?
It is possible.
Wait, can I just? I'm not gonna even bother lying about this. Into my heart of hearts, I truly believe it is this jackass on the floor.
He looks to
Anyone
you.
would say mine
Funnily,
as
he
her- as
said.
her.
Funnily, he did say, "Do you know?" And technically, you don't know who did this.
Yes, but I believe you did it, and that's the truth. on
Yeah,
my
but
part.
And it is the zone of truth. It's
It's
I'm-
a form of truth.
yeah.
Yeah.
because
No
he is
sneaking
the,
your way out of this one.
he is a warlock.
Before we continue, an ad is about to play.
Okay.
So, if you guys want to take a moment, use the bathroom, get some water.
Yeah, I'm gonna go run to the loo.
All right. We'll be right back after these important messages.
Whenever the ad decides to play.
There it goes. Thank you for the hydrate. I just drank some. Why
Drink
would you
again.
do this to me? You are torturing me.
It's
Poor.
because I didn't actually get the ad this time. I got the ad last time. I get it this time.
Hmm.
Oh no, there it is. Why am I so far behind?
I don't know. But it's mainly there, so if anyone wants to join, halfway in or whatever, they don't have trouble doing so. Did you know that a lot of people who get to ads when they first join tend to not stay until the ads are done? Damn it!
Yes.
I got a freaking hair in the back of my freaking throat. Oh. Everyone,
Not
get your
weaseling
water.
your way out of this one.
You really screwed yourself this time, Jamesy.
I'm unconscious. I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, this is fun. Everyone's wrong, there's always wrong.
All I
Oh,
heard was
God.
the zone of truth, and I'm like, yep, now I can just be honest.
Yep. And then comes the hero going, I can fuck him over, and they'll believe me?
So
How many of us are actually here apart from me and Mordred?
So we have Lady Foxlace who said, I just got a makeup ad for an eyeshadow palette. I might actually go get because it was
Ooh.
gorgeous and I want.
Can
Awesome.
you link that to me? 'Cause
Awesome.
I have some cosplay shit I need to buy for people for Christmas.
Anyway, so continuing on, he looks to Mordred, then looks to Vatten, who's on the ground unconscious still, leans over and shakes Vatten, and Vatten, you wake up.
Okay.
And he looks to you, and you're also within the zone of truth, or the sphere of truth.
Okay.
And he goes to you and says, are you the one who caused this mischief?
What I know is that this person, and my point at Mordred, stabbed me with an arrow and poisoned me.
You don't know that. You had your eyes closed.
You don't know that.
You-
wasn't
you don't
the
know any of
first
that.
check.
No,
Your eyes were
because as
closed.
soon as he stabs me, it's gonna wake me up before the poison goes in.
No, I just tapped your wound. I didn't stab you.
Yeah. We just.
I just put the
tapped.
poison. I tapped the wound. You
I'm
went
gonna-
immediately unconscious.
But I'm going to have to say, you wouldn't have known.
Oh! Oh my god.
You are-
死んでる.
You were pretending to be
Yeah,
unconscious, and you wouldn't just wake up if someone touched you.
I would have known if I've been poisoned, though. Yeah.
But it would have been an immediate effect.
Okay, but I would know I was poisoned.
But
know who.
Give
You
me
don't know.
give me a medicine check.
Oh.
Nope, you don't know you were poisoned.
Kick.
I
As-
guess
You
it-
probably just feel
mis-
really
So he-
hungover right now.
With your silence, he says, "Are you the one that caused this mischief?"
what mischief?
And he looks to you with narrowed eyes says, "Are you the one who caused the dragon's roars and the explosions?"
I hear he's got you because you can't lie in a zone of truth.
Yes.
So you say yes?
Yeah.
All right. He stands up
But I say
and
yes in Orcish.
okay.
Trying to pull a fast one.
He leans back and thinks for a moment. Does anyone here speak Orcish? I'm going to make a roll. One of the lieutenants in the back says, "He said yes."
Hang on, no, you can't roll for that.
I
Yes,
can.
he
This is a
can.
thing,
It's
and
the
you're saying
DM.
you. No,
No way out of this one, Jamesy.
Hey,
Stab myself again with my sword.
are you committing seppuku?
Yeah.
Are
Because
you?
if you're gonna roll for that, nah, I'm done. I kill myself.
Well, even then, most of them would automatically have. I was straight rolling to give you a way out.
I had a way out anyway for speaking Orcish.
They,
Yeah, but
most
they
people
couldn't-
would be able to
literally-
at least
you
speak other
literally
languages.
Said that they, yeah, but you literally said that they're all like this all high and mighty thing, and orcs aren't normally here. Well, speaking Orcish would be the biggest way out possible.
Half orc and orc are two different situations. I mean, they
Yes,
still
but-
understand Orcish, but they just don't accept full-blooded orcs. I mean, one of the shopkeepers is an half orc.
Yeah, but the guards though, that'd be
The
different.
guards.
They'd all be humans.
Who said that? Hell, one of the guards that handed you one of the golds was non-human. This town is different compared to the capital.
It has leeway because the Grand Inquisitor said they can, but they
only-
can't stay there.
Yeah, the only issue is that they can't stay there, but they break that rule. And that's why, in regards to humans being the only thing, they're the only thing in regards to the rich area, but in regards to the whole town, they're pretty dispersed out.
Come here.
They just can't be in town when the Inquisitor and the King's Guard inspects it, because then they would raise the town.
Okay, go on. What happens then?
Are you fully stabbing yourself, or are you going to accept the punishment?
No, I want to see what happens first.
Okay. So, as the guards kind of raise up, the captain looks to you and says, "Why?"
It was funny.
He rolls his eyes and waves his hand, and two guards roll to come over to pick you up by the shoulders and hold your hand behind your back. And it says, "Well, you didn't cause any harm other than a panic. I guess we can just have you sit in the cell for the night until the festival's over. Maybe in 2
Okay.
nights, but that's about it. Don't want you see
That's
doing
fine.
this again."
I have a week. Carry on.
With that, they carry you off to one of the towers with the cell. And he goes back to the center of the town and says, "I apologize, everyone. The festival can continue. Please, come on out and enjoy the rest of your festival." And he walks back, and you watch as the crowd slowly pours out of the building, looking around, making sure there aren't any dragons. Dirk kind of holds back a little girl and a little boy that's on his shoulders, and just looks around. But eventually, the crowd starts back up again, and You hear the joy come back over the town as music starts back up, and the tower gets back into full force, even though in lieu of the sudden scare.
More food.
Let's say
Let's see.
Goras, you spend another 10 copper buying even more food around.
Yes.
And you managed to pick up a couple fruits. You managed to grab a couple apples, and even tried your hand at one of the caramel and honeyed apples, buying one of each. You even got a big wooden bowl full of pulled pork, and
Many of these things I've never seen before.
and even a side of a square of cornbread. And you munch on it rather heatedly. But you spend another about 10 copper to get that kind of food.
Yes.
You want him to eat duck? All right. You do manage to find a stall. It's pretty sold out, but you manage to find yourself a leg of duck.
No.
You also managed to find a stall that's handing out fresh water from the nearby wells, as well as a stall handing out bottles of what look like fizzy drink.
Ooh.
And as you take a sip of it, the taste of rich peach touch your tongue, and you almost feel tipsy just from drinking it. A peach beer.
Wait, is it alcoholic or is it
It is
fizzle?
alcohol. It is an alcoholic drink.
Ooh.
And the taste
I
of
like.
the peach overwhelms your senses.
Mmm.
Other than that, what is everyone else going to do now? It's about midday. The festival's still somewhat in a full swing. You guys simply enjoying it. If you guys don't want to do
I have a
anything other
window
than
in my cell.
you're by yourself.
Yeah, do I have a window in my cell?
No, it's underground.
Okay.
No. No, yeah, you don't have a window in your cell. The guard's tower has cells at the underside of the tower. It's underground, so no, you wouldn't have a window. There are cells further upstairs, but those are for lighter prisoners. Like,
Ooh, what an honor. You're considered a dangerous prisoner.
well, they put you there in regards to the scare tactic that you tried to pull. But that was just a place so no one would bother anyone else. Other than that, as the day kind of tips into night, you watch as the strings, what you guys have noticed is stone hanging from the strings. And you watch as the night tends to take over the day, these stones start to light up, almost like lights, like bulbs, from what we would know. But you watch as each stone would light up with almost like a fire. And each one...
The year is 20XX, and the carnival has turned into a giant strobe light.
Well, they're not...
Life is
they're-
a never-ending rave.
To the smithy before sunset.
Do what?
Did they get to the smithy before sunset?
Yes. Well, you got to it midday. Unfortunately, they closed at that time. having to deal with Vatten's thing.
Okay. I go to the pub and drink.
As the night wanes and you make your way to the pub, I am guessing Mordred is with you.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm having this. I am in the best fucking mood ever.
Yep. With that, you manage to make your way to the pub, back to the Broken Stool. I mean, there are others, but that's your guys' favorite. And you hear,
Lomix,
yes.
I'm just gonna point out that I am going to be buying at least 10 of those bottles of really fizzy peaches.
All right.
And because I
That's
liked it so much, I'll pay in 2 full pieces of gold.
they happily
Extra
take
tip.
it. Yeah, they happily take it, and it says, "Oh, thank you, ma'am." Other than that,
I'll add
try-
that under additional items.
Yep. With that, you all kind of make your way into the pub at this time? And you guys see Gerald, the barman, the tubby guy, kind of address the crowd that's there. It's a lot busier than when you guys last remember. And he says, "Let the annual drinking contest begin!"
Me too.
And with that, you watch as Gerald and his men kind of pull out a long table, and each one holds different sizes of cups. Not that much difference between them all, but each one filled with a frothy, definitely alcoholic beverage. And he goes, "Who wants to take on in order to get free drinks for a whole year?"
I kind of just walk up to him like, I'll take that bet. I'm not in a happy mood today.
Well, this is a group competition.
Mordred, dear, would you care to join?
You'll need at least 4 people.
Oh, cool. We're a group of 4 today.
Can we add to the pot?
Sure. You usually take bets on the sides.
I kind of like call over Marcus, like, you dear Fox, come on.
Come here, Foxy. Come on, Foxy. Time to go.
Go
As
there,
you
drink.
as you guys are kind of discussing this, Oren kind of steps in and gives a wave to you guys before finding a seat.
A little gnome came to join us.
Oh, good.
But, yes, oh my god. Goras, dear, would you care to join us for a bit of drinking?
Yes, I have plenty of good drinks to share.
Yes, we're doing this one first, though. Some alcoholic drinks. Gonna win the pot. It's 500 gold this year. 500 gold split between 4. If you don't pass out.
I should be able to manage.
So, as you guys, so it's Aona, Mordred, Gorast, and Marcus.
Yep.
You guys, go up to Gerald and tell him that you want to join in, and says, how much you want to bet into it.
The pot is what, 500 gold this year? The rumor I've heard.
Yes, the pot is 500. As well as
Certainly.
drinks for an entire year.
It's just, darling, shall we double that with 250 each?
Oh, not that bloody insane, you wench.
Okay, I'll increase it by 50.
Okay.
Penciling you on.
Bid.
Oh god.
And that's
Sign me up.
including your sign-on bonus.
Sure, why not? And how much is that?
It's 10 gold pieces per team. The rest is covered by the establishment.
So 40 to the pot and 10 for the sign-up then.
Of course. With that, he take his gold. He takes your gold and puts it into a big pot that is actually filled with gold coins on the counter nearby. And what looks like 4 wooden coins on top of it. Each one with what looks like a broken stool on it and a tipped over drink. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our teams. For the first bout, we have... what's your guys' name?
Mordred.
Well, no, the name of the team, dear. What do you all think about the adventurers, maybe? No, that doesn't sound too good.
Too
What do you think?
generic.
Yes, too generic. Yes, that is true. Any
But,
ideas then,
I
Gorgas?
I still stand by my we to stab each other alliance.
That is true.
We stab each other?
Well, no,
As it-
we...
Not you, but
The one that we all hate at the moment. That caused this issue. Shall we just go with Mordred's for now and change it later?
The Scruffigans. Supreme look of
What
suspicion.
about pennan and svärdet?
And what does that mean?
It is draconic and means the pen and the sword.
Yes, we'll go with that one.
So you tell him the pen and the sword?
Yes.
Okay. Here we have the pen and the swords. And the crowd looks kind of confused. You hear a few...
Oh, don't judge us. We didn't know we needed a name.
And here on the other side, we have... let's see. We have Hans, the Dwarf Brothers... The Hard Workers! And you see a man who is... who looks pretty lean, but he definitely looks like he has muscle. Another, like, long beard. Thank you for the hydrate. And, he's got red hair, and he's definitely got, like, that lumberjack build to him. You also see the Dwarf Brothers, Gorsh and Borshbov, with the mark over each eye. You still can't tell which one's which as they sit at the table. And you also see a man you hadn't seen before, but you haven't seen him before, but he looks like he's got slicked back hair and it kind of stands at attention a bit. Actually, Iona and Mordred, you would recognize him from the tailor, but he wasn't the tailor, he was the assistant. And
Oh,
he...
Oh,
You didn't really talk to him. You barely noticed him, but he was there. In any case, they all sit at the table with their drinks in front of them. And you all sit across. Who do you want to pair up with?
I'll pair up with Mordred.
No, that's not what I meant.
I'll take.
We have...
I will take the tailor's assistant.
Okay. Now, it's going to
take one of the
go... It's going to go... The first group is first. Then it moves on to the second, third, and fourth. And it's going to be played...
Two dwarves.
It's going to be played in rounds.
With Constitution saving throws.
Yep.
Because that's alcohol. It's alcohol. If we had a paladin with divine, it'd be immune to this issue and couldn't get drunk. And yeah.
Well, he's not available for now. In any case, so who's pairing up with Hans?
I'm pairing up with the dwarf. What about you, Maggot? What about Marcus?
Well, there's two
So you're
dwarves.
pairing up with who?
Are you pairing up with Hans or a dwarf? There's a dwarf and Hans left.
I'll take Hans.
And that leaves Marcus with the dwarf. Marcus, are you paying attention?
Yes, I am.
Good.
I'm being paired up with a dwarf for a drinking competition.
And Daniel. So we have... sorry, who's pairing up with Hans again?
Gorast.
Gorast?
Gorast is pairing up with Hans.
Yes.
Then we have Gorsh being paired up with...
Either me or Marcus.
Gorsh would be second. Who wants to go second?
Me.
Okay.
Gorshed. I'm seeing Gorshed.
Then we have Borsh, which is the other dwarf brother. So that is
Marcus.
Marcus.
And then last is obviously it's
Mordred.
good old Mordred.
You forgot her name for a moment, didn't you?
No, not really.
Ah, Jesus.
Really, dear.
Stop it.
Really, dear.
Anyway, so, you all sit down, and he looks to each of you, says, "We play in 2 rounds until one either throws up or passes out. So drink to your heart's content and try not to die." And with that, he counts down. 3, 2, 1, drink! And you watch as Hans pick up his cup and start chugging. It's not the first one to finish, it's just the first one to leave loses. I need... Goras, I need you to roll me a d20 Constitution saving throw.
God damn it, of course it had to roll a lower one. It was right on the verge of being a nat 20, and of course it just turned over to a 2. Oh well, I take it the additional peach liquor from previously is still having an effect. At least it's not a nat 1.
Right. In any case... In any case, you watch as Hans, with his muscles, he kind of glances to you, and you watch as his pecs kind of bounce, and you kind of cough into your drink as he downs it and slams his cup on the table. Refill! With that, you manage to finish your drink as well. Gerald comes over and is like, "Oh, and try not to spill so much alcohol. We don't have that much."
I haven't drank you out of the fucking house and home yet.
Yet.
No, neither have I, now that I think of it.
In any case, he fills up both of your kegs, or your cups, and you go for another drink. Give me another roll. Constitution.
Better, but not fantastic.
It's just rolling higher and higher.
And with that,
Jesus.
you watch as he continues to drink, and slams his cup down. And once again, he finishes much faster than Goras. And he watches it, and it just burps. And you just have the smell waft over his face. It's like, oh, you better stop now, lizard girl. And with that, he filled the tanks again, the cups again. And because neither have you left yet, he goes 3, 2, 1, drink. And if you lose this one, you lose. You're not
There
doing.
we go.
You're not feeling so
Holy shit.
hot. 18, 19, 20. Nope, you managed to overpower him. You do with determination. You just feeling of wanting to throw up. You kind of push that back. Those peach beers is just not helping. But you managed to go, cling. You slam it down before he's even done. And you watch the beads of sweat kind of perforate down his cheek as he struggles to get this one down and slams it down. And he doesn't look hot
Having
either.
trouble, mister?
Not as much as you.
I'm flattered by your compliments.
And with that, he both fill your tankards and go for another chug. He still has 2 wins on top of you. And with that, you down another slam. And the feeling of nausea kind of washes past into a feeling of just buzz. You're definitely getting drunk from all the alcohol. And you watch as the Hans on the other side of you just is slower with it. Kind of just both arms on the table, just. Oh, he does not look happy. He does not look happy. It's like, I won't. And with that, this is the final one. This is who wins it all. Now, give me a roll.
Let's go.
Oh, Hans rolled a 5.
I rolled a nat 1, but with.
Oh no! But he has a +2. He has a +2 to Constitution. So Hans drinks and manages to slam the cup down. And with that kind of movement, you're like, ugh. And you can't pull back the nausea anymore as it spills out of your mouth into the cup. And the general just comes and says, no, stop. It's done. Hans has won. And everyone, yeah! And Hans looks to you. Hans looks to Gorash and says, that was a good fight.
You gotta go pass out now, dear.
Want to meet me
I
later?
can take it.
If you can still
If you can still stand afterwards, if you know what I mean.
Hans kind of looks to Gorash and says, want to meet up later?
Mayhaps.
He's too drunk to determine who's talking. I love it.
I love it.
With that, Hans kind of steps away and wondering if Gorash is going to join him or not.
Gorash would be on the floor.
Well,
Gorash is still.
Gorash is wobbly, but they're not unconscious. She just threw up her drink just a little bit, but that's not allowed. With that, we come.
Hand.
So you take hands with him.
We'll do the next one.
Yeah.
All right.
I asked for help walking, basically.
Well, one wobbly man is helping a wobbly Gorash off to the side. And we move on. And Gerald's like, all right, round 2. And it looks to Gorsh with a scar over his right eye. Looks to Iona. And it goes, hi, miss. Nice to see you again.
Are you the dwarf from the blacksmith pet shop?
No, leather worker.
Ah. Yes, it is nice to meet you.
With that, they both your cups are filled, and he says, not to be mean, I'm gonna drink you under the table. And with that, he
we shall
chugs.
see, dwarf. We shall see.
Constitution saving throw. Ooh, and with that,
Oh, God.
you don't even waste time. In just like 3 giant chugs, you finish it and slam your cup on the table. And it kind of jolts Gorsh as he takes a moment to finish and plops it down. Like, oh, fast drinker, aren't we?
Well, I wasn't able to do something today that I wanted, so I'm a little annoyed. You know? But as after it's been filled, I just instantly drink again.
Yep, he does the same thing. Drink. And with that, you find it a little harder to get it down this time, as Gorsh slams the cup on the table and goes, "Ha! I got you that time!"
Clear, you know what you should do? You should just put the cup inside of your torso, turn it upside down, and then pull it out once it's empty.
And then I would need to roll Constitution. That's freaking smart, but I'm in human form. I'll play by human standards.
That first roll was a deck save, by the way.
Uh,
Not a con save.
Drink alcohol in this game counts as poison.
Yeah, but you did a deck
Alcohol is
save,
a
not a
poison.
con save on your 22.
It's still the same modifier. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just a modifier. That would make the
The
change.
modifier is the same. It's no biggie.
We've had this discussion before. But anyway. So, you're slower with the drink, but you watch as they refill the cups and they go for another round. So it's 1-1.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, he rolled lower. But he has a +2 modifier. So it's a 4.
So you're rolling.
You rolled at the same
We
time.
match.
So, you both you both hit the table at the same time. And with that, you they're on it. You guys look kind of uneasy on both ends. You've had quite a few drinks, but they fill your tankard with more alcohol. And it's time to drink. You rolled an 18. A 16.
He's got an unnat 20. I've got a 16. Damn it.
And with that, he slams it down, and he finishes it much faster than you. And
He's
you're
got
just,
2, I've got 1.
and you're not looking happy. You're also kind of dripping sweat as the wave of nausea rolls over your not really existent stomach, but yeah, you're not happy right now.
The stomach. I
Yeah.
was never happy.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
filled. I drink again.
Yep, it's filled. Drink. 12 plus. No, you got this one. And with it, you force down the wave of nausea that's hitting you. Finish your drink first, and you slam it on the table. And Gorsh is almost falling over, but he picks himself up and says, "Oh, I got one more in me." And with it, they fill both your tankards, and this is the last one. You both do 2. 9.
14. Well, 17 actually.
17. You watch as Gorsh, you manage to slam, but Gorsh is kind of halfway stopped before he suddenly slams into the table unconscious. And you watch as his brother Borscht kind of tap him awake, and he's like, "Oh, what? Drink?" And he's like, "No, you've lost. Go." So it is now 1-1. The crowd is going wild as cheers are erupting around everywhere.
Oh Jesus, it's Foxy's turn.
And with it,
Oh no.
Borscht looks to Marcus across from him and says, he ain't much of a drinker, but I am. And with that, your tankards are filled, and he goes for a drink. Go ahead and give me a Constitution roll, Marcus.
All right.
You fucked.
A natural 20. You watch Marcus as you're trying to finish your drink, but you didn't even hear him slam the cup down, but his cup is empty. He kind of picks at his teeth and says, "Oh, are you done yet?"
Oh.
And they fill the tanker, and the next one rolls.
Well, this sucks.
No, he rolled a 4.
Marcus, you can't feel this
Right.
out of me.
Constitution.
What am I saying again?
Constitution, right?
Every time.
What am I saying?
Constitution.
What am I saying? He can. Oh, of course. Okay.
Nice.
You managed to,
It's
with
not
his
just a check,
comment,
it's a save.
Oh.
No, it's not a
Save.
save. It's a check.
It is?
Yeah.
Loud, confused Marcus noises.
Shush. You drank. You won your bout. This bout.
It's fine. And with that, you go, and you actually managed to finish it in just seconds of him finishing his, and says, "Ah, I see you're a drinker too." And they fill your tankers, and you drink again. It's 1-1.
1-1. Marcus, roll a con
Yes.
check again.
You gotta pay
Okay.
attention, Marcus.
Sorry, I'm taking a sip of water.
A
Oh,
20.
Marcus, this is 2-1.
And with that,
One more
you
and you win, Marcus.
slam, and you manage to finish much faster than Borscht. And he goes, "Oh, I don't know how much longer I could go for this." He's looking very uneasy, but you fill their tankards, and you drink again. Damn, he got a 3.
Marcus, roll another con check.
Sorry, if I somehow roll worse, I'm gonna be fucking.
No,
Nope.
You're fine.
Okay.
You win.
With that, you go. The drinks that you had before, the devil's whiskey that you had when you passed out, definitely hit harder than this week's sauce. And you managed to take 3 wins, and the Borscht kind of just and kind of spits up the drink, and it's all over his beard. And, damn it! And he gets up, and "I'll get you next time, fox guy," and walks off.
2 wins for us.
Box goes
1 win
meow.
for them.
And with
Or
that,
did
we
they
come
try to
down.
win?
With that, we come down to Mordred.
Hello.
They have an option to tie, in which case, if that happens, it would be a showdown with one other person of your choosing. In any case, they fill both your tankards. You see Daniel across from you. He's very quiet. But
Did you enjoy the show that I gave your master this morning? Trying to get luck?
He doesn't really say anything, but he takes the full drink and he instant drink, instant down.
Fuck me. This is gonna be fun.
Wrong
I'm
one.
not-
lucky.
Same modifier, yada yada.
Nope, yeah, you're
Yeah, I know.
seconds behind him. And they fill the tanker again. He's still not saying anything. He kind of looks to you with kind of a beady eye, but 18.
Oh, for fuck! 18.
He has a +1 modifier, so 19. With that, he go
Can I make
slam.
can I make a show of growing my breasts during this drink?
Because he
I
can actually do this and make him
Yes.
spit it out.
give me a
Performance.
give me a performance
versus
check.
charisma saving throw.
Yeah,
That's a 16.
let me. No, he fails it. And you watch as he kind of just looks. So he has disadvantage on his next drink.
All right.
2 wins for him, which isn't good.
No, but
So he had a 9.
oh my.
No, he had a 9.
Yeah.
Doesn't save you.
And with that, you watch as even with his distraction. No, it was not a tie. He had a +1 modifier. So he rolled an 8.
Plus 8.
An 8 plus 1.
That's just-
It's high.
Well, it's not a tie because he had 9. And with that, you watch as
I only see one roll. Yeah, it's a 7.
7,
It's a tie.
20, and an 8.
no, disadvantage means he rolls and takes the lowest number, which is an 8.
It's a
Even
Yes,
if
seven.
rolled once.
Yeah, we only see one.
No, I just rolled. He rolled a 12 and an 8.
I rolled the 2d20s at the same time. I think.
Yes.
Oh,
Confusing
like I'm seeing a 20. Like we're confused here.
Oh, click on the roll, and it shows it.
A tie.
It's not a tie. It's a +1, so it's a 9. 9 to
And
his
would
your
have got
8.
an 8.
Yep. And with that, he even with his distraction, he gulps, and slams it down. But you're so distracted and trying to distract him, you miss your mouth, and you watch as he pours down your shoulder. And Chow's like, no, I told you, do not spill the drinks. And with that, Mordred, you
It's a
fail.
group tie.
Yep.
Mhm.
But it's
Okay,
a group.
Whatever.
It's a group tie, and so Gerald thinks, all right,
I,
we have a tie, everybody. So the group over to our left, the hard workers, is pulling in their extra. The pen and paper. Is that what your name is?
mhm.
Oh,
The pen.
the
The quilt, I guess.
yeah. So, who are you bringing in as an extra? You can choose anyone in here. Oren's in the back,
Mountain
kind of.
here.
Oren's kind of in the back, just looking around. He's got a water.
I kind of like, hey, gnome, come over here. I choose you.
He kind of tilts his
What are you
head,
saying,
but
Mordred? walks
walks up and looks up to you guys.
I'm currently taking my top off because it's covered in fucking beer.
Are you going bare-breasted?
Yes.
All right.
And I have no shame. Gotta remember, I have no shame. So I'm just gonna show off and sit down and go, okay.
I don't
How
have
my
any
night's
more.
going?
I don't have any more water.
Maggots. Music.
Say what?
Music.
I'm-
maggot.
I'm literally sitting in the bar with no shirt on.
And me being properly drunk now, like the alcohol has actually started to take full effect. I'm just lifting my hand, pointing with a single claw. That is a woman.
Now, boys.
Stating the fucking obvious.
Hello, boys.
Yes, we choose you, little Oren.
he
He, your name.
he does glance to Mordred, goes beet red, and then looks away. And decides to softly nod and walks up to the chair. And you all watch as the familiar Tabaxi woman walks out from the crowd and sits down across from Oren. we have Jelshin the Tabaxi facing Oren the Gnome Wizard. What? Oh, fuck that. Why didn't we have a thought battle?
It's a thought battle.
Anyway, the Jelshin looks to Oren and goes, my little man. It's going to be fun tricking you under the table.
Oh, hey, Joshin. Do you remember?
Oh.
I'm still looking for a partner for tonight.
Of course, hon. I'll see you later.
Poor Marcus.
It just looks extremely salty.
You're drunk. Shut it.
Well,
Don't worry.
yeah. Anyway,
Is he out on the floor?
no, Marcus is fine. He won, remember?
Oh, yeah, I forgot he actually won.
Still drunk.
Anyway,
Go.
so as you all watch the drinks get filled, Oren doesn't seem to say anything. And you guys watch as he pulls down his scarf. And, it looks normal. It's just a normal mouth. But he takes the drink and he pours it down his throat. I have to make 2 separate rolls. So this is for Jelshin. She has a +2.
when the DM has to fight himself.
Right?
I've seen that happen
roll
before.
You can roll custom, and then you can just roll a con check for Oren.
No.
Oh, Oren fails the first one.
Yep. So, Oren gulps it down, but Jelshin's ahead of him. Oren seems to be
Jesus.
taking his time. With that, he gets filled, and another round goes on.
9 versus 15.
Yep. And with that, Oren, even though he's taking his time, Jelshin seems to be lagging behind as Oren slams his cup on the table and
Wait. Question, Lumix. Is Marcus sitting like next to me?
I
Watching?
don't know. Marcus, where are you?
I think I'm just chilling by the bar.
You're still sitting
No,
on
no.
the stool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're still.
No,
we're
you guys walk away when you're done.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm watching this dramatic. Like,
Oren
Oren.
and Jelshin are the only ones at the table right now.
I'm gonna wave Marcus over and tell him to come sit by me.
Anyway, so we have Jelshin roll. Oh my god, a natural 20.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, damn.
22. Oh, they tie! They tie!
Are you fucking kidding?
So you watch as, even though Oren's
It's
taking his
1-1.
time, he gulps
It's
it down,
bullshit.
and they both hit at the same time.
That's some bullshit.
And they're both looking rather uneasy, though Oren's having a better time hiding it. But Jelshin's kind of weary-eyed. She's kind of hunched over, like, ugh. She definitely looks like she's feeling nauseous. Jelshin got a 17. Oh, a natural 20!
Oren.
Oren still...
Oren wins.
Was that his 3rd win?
No, that was his second.
Second?
But
Okay.
there's one more drink, and then it's the final.
Yeah. So, and with that, he gulps it down, still taking his time, by the way, and puts it down. But Jelshin is just having trouble. The nausea in her stomach is just rising. And she doesn't know how much longer she can go on. Jelshin with a 20! Oh my god!
Double 20s. What the fuck is this? Are you
But-
with loaded dice or something?
But Oren wins because Jelshin has a +2 modifier. And with that, Oren just calmly drinks down his alcohol and places it down, but Jelshin just can't, as she's holding it with both hands before she slumps onto the table. It's like, oh, I can't do it. Gerald comes over and pats Sheen on the shoulder. Oh, you did well. We have a winner! And he looks to you guys.
This is me hoping that the DM's good rolls for the next like couple weeks are fucking done.
I used them all on this.
That would make my life so much better. Knowing my
Hey,
life.
that was one.
Wow, that final.
There was like 4 fucking nat 20s in a row.
Right?
Yeah.
There's so many 20s in that. Technically, I think that was like 3 nat 20s in a row.
It was.
It is.
Yeah, that was 3 nat 20s in a row. That's ridiculous. Jadlin says, I guess that was redemption for that stuff that happened last session. He definitely made things interesting as Orin kind of wipes his lips with the back of his hand, pulls up his scarf, and walks back over to you and holds up his tiny thumb. He doesn't look like he's like tipsy or anything.
Good little gnome.
He nods his head, then looks at your breast, blushes, and then looks away.
Well, it's considering Joshine can't walk. Basically. Oi, Foxy boy.
Yeah?
I got a reward for you for doing so well on the arm wrestling comp this morning.
Hmm?
Oh yeah, by the way, Mordred, I'm not joining this one.
Have fun, yeah. Oi, Fox, come here.
Yeah.
You're coming with me.
Okay.
Right, proceeds to drag upstairs. Marcus isn't paying any attention.
Hmm? I'm eating.
I'm
What do
sorry,
you want
it's
from me?
happening. It's happening when he's not paying attention.
It's fine. At this time, it is nighttime. Gerald takes the pot full of gold pieces and places it on the table in front of everybody. Ori comes over and snatches about 50 of it, and then walks away.
Marcus, no. Wait, what? What's going on?
Maggot, play the music.
You're getting your reward for both the arm wrestling and the drinking competition via
Oh
Mordred.
my.
Yes, darling. Come on, darling. Come on, boy. You're getting your reward.
Maggot, more. We need more.
All right, let's move on. Let's move it on. So Orin.
Basically, to Marcus.
Yes.
That fit too well.
So, Jelsheen gets carried off, and Oren takes his 50 gold, which means that there's 500 gold still in the pot for you guys to split up. And with that, Gerald hands you each a wooden token and says, "These are used for drinks. 1 free drink a day for an entire year here at this bar." With that, he pats your shoulder and walks off. You notice that even though there's 500 golds, it's not enough to fill the whole pot, and you see half the pot has been cut away with a wooden lid inside.
It's 125 gold each, by the way.
Yeah.
The participants.
And with that, the night settles. The crowd starts to thin. They do have... You guys hear about one last thing that the festival has planned as everyone rushes outside and it quiets.
Yeah, while this is all going on, I entertain Oren. Because that's just fucking champion-like.
Well.
Alright, so...
I'm gonna say, can I say I come down with a smug smile, side smile on my face?
Hold on, one moment. Alright.
Music!
Alright, what'd you say? I didn't hear it. Say it again.
I come back out and back down to join everyone with a smug and satisfied smile on my face.
Oh, okay.
Jamming.
Your choice in a nighttime entertainment is questionable.
I put a top back on and brought my breast back down to a normal, handleable size.
Right. Well, anyway, Oren's currently being entertained with Iona. I'm sorry.
Marcus, can you walk?
Due to being drunk and being
Yes.
I've practically reverted to almost being feral at this point.
Uh-oh. Wait, do we need to roll anything to decide how satisfied me and Marcus are after his reward?
By
Marcus, do you know what just happened?
yeah, give me a performance check.
No.
Marcus, I don't want to hear your chewing.
I'm satisfied. Marcus, performance check.
Roll a performance check. Also,
Okay.
Marcus, what do we normally put with this music? Maggot, if you would.
Oh.
You just got that.
All right, so you sat So in
With a certain
regards
changeling.
in regards to the performance check, you did well with Marcus, but Marcus did not do as well with you. So you're unsatisfied, Mordred, but you satisfied
So I'm gonna
Marcus.
come down. Well, I hope you enjoyed your reward there, hero. Well, I'll still go. I drained him dry.
Not only the yeah.
So
He's been drained dry.
I love just reading channels
what?
when you say.
so can we continue, please?
No, we can't.
All right.
Yeah,
So
we can.
Iona and Oren are hanging out for a little bit as you guys all crowd out outside. Goraz, you're not that drunk to not participate. You're not in that feral state. Come on.
Of course, I know I am fully capable of participating, but I'm not
In the right mind.
in the right mind. That's a good way to put it.
Okay. Well, in any case, you're not fully feral yet, but, I mean, you're wobbly on your feet. And Hans is with you, and you're holding hands with each other. Honestly, he kind of leans over and starts to slowly make out with you. Do you accept?
I mean, as long as he's not afraid of these teeth.
No, he definitely doesn't seem to be.
You two
Go right
both
ahead.
that much. Oh my
Uh,
god, you two.
And with that, you guys
I'm
all
listen,
watch.
What would you expect to happen?
And you guys all watch as the magic shop owner, who has been, you guys haven't seen him for a while, starts handing out these small stones that are glowing bright red and giving a glove to a couple people. And you watch as they all run off to the center of the, and they run outside the gate and into the nearby hills. And he kind of raises his arms and goes, "Welcome to the finale, everyone! It is I, your magic owner, Laughing Lightleaf. It has taken me all year, but I have finally created the enchantments that you have all wanted." And with that, with a wave of his arm, you guys watch as suddenly sparks shoot into the sky and suddenly burst into bright lights. All of them of varying colors, as what we would know as fireworks are being shot into the air. And this is the first for everybody, as everyone's looking on with wonder and at the sight of all these colored flames floating in the sky. And honestly, it's a first
the
for
only one
you.
who can't see this is bad.
Yes. He can hear the
It's
explosion.
Smitty.
He can hear the explosion. Yeah, and Smitty. He can hear the explosion bursting in the air, but you guys haven't even seen it either. As you guys stare in amazement and wonder, and for a moment, you're just happy. In your drunken stupor, with people by your side, you're happy. Nothing could ruin this moment.
Except like a minor illusion.
My hand is waiting on on my saving throw at this point.
And with that,
Oh yeah, you still have the fool's gold ring.
well, for some reason, you just didn't have that much bad luck today. It's weird. But,
No, I can consider Marcus my other piece of bad luck.
all right, well, whatever. Well, you give and take, I guess. In any case, you actually, with the roll that you had, you got a reward with only one piece of bad luck.
Okay.
So you had a lucky roll.
Yes. Yes, Flex Blaze. Then the Fire Nation attack. That would be a great one.
Well, in any case, you guys watch as after about an hour or two, the sky is filled with stars and fireworks have been going on for a little bit, and they finally die down. And Lavin says, "Well, the magic has worn out. I bid you all a farewell. Thank you for enjoying my rockworks." And with that, he bows and walks away. And you hear cheers as the crowd once more, but he's just not able to. After a while, the crowd disperses, most of them going home. And with that,
I can actually, before the crowd goes away, I'm going to cast Shatter into the sky, but I'm also going to spend a sorcery point to turn it into from thunder element to I'm thinking ice element to give it that little bit of extra flair. My own kind of fireworks.
in the middle of town.
Mm-hmm.
In the air, like above town. I can do that, and it's not gonna cause any damage.
Right. Okay. So you cast it into the air, and does it leave a trail or anything?
It leaves, since it's in the air, I'm assuming that ice shards like hail down, and then I use cast shape water to make them even tinier and almost like snowflakes.
All right. And with that, you accomplish this, and it spreads around, and everyone's kind of, ooh, ah. They're very impressed with it, almost as impressed with the fireworks, but they kind of just brush their noses. One sneezes, and it seems kind of cold.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What's the thing?
I can't help the fact that I am an ice adept, not a fireworks maker.
Well,
check. Look at chat, by the way. Lomax. Something Janlin said.
attack the crowd. Hey Lomax, there's still an item I requested you to do stuff with. I don't know. You forgot about that. I don't know what you're talking about, Janlin. You messaged me. But anyway, you guys all make your way into the night. Make your way back to your rooms. Let's see. So it was Vatten. Marcus got drunk. Goras got drunk. Vatten didn't
Very
really
drunk.
participate. Yeah, Goras got very drunk. Iona, you were pretty tipsy. I'm gonna probably say that you were drunk. Mordred,
Pretty well.
Mordred, you were pretty all right. But you
What
had
about Marcus?
quite a few
Fairly
drinks
on the-
after, so let's say you got. Let's just say everyone basically got drunk.
Some more so than others.
Yep, some more
In
so
a
than others.
drunken state, I do my research with a disadvantage.
You already did your research. You just need to make the item.
I know, but I've done the research and I've come up with a new idea, and I'm doing that research as well.
And you can't do that until your current research is done.
Uh,
You have to make sure that your drawing could be made in real life first before you work on a musket. That, or you go back to square one.
I'll stick with my current one.
For now, and then you can add on to it later. And you won't even need a drawing to do that. In any case, you all have a nice night. Goras, you spent the night with Hans. Marcus and Mordred spent the night together.
I kicked him out of the fucking bed.
Marcus,
Afterwards, after he was done with him.
which Marcus ends up on the floor, but are you forcing him out of the room?
No, he's just on the
Come
floor.
back downstairs, and then they view the fireworks. I drag Orin up to the room, by the way, then.
All right, so you drag Orin into the room as well. He's not entirely interested in doing anything naughty. He's too nice for that.
I wasn't expecting anything naughty.
In any case, you guys kind of just hang out, and eventually he sleeps on his sleeping bag on the floor while you get the bed. And with Mordred, if that's who you're sharing it with, you guys all wake up with next morning, the sun's shining, and every single one of you has a headache.
No shit.
Oh no.
Orin kind of was the only one who didn't really have that much of a drink. Even though he won, he was the only one that didn't really get that drunk. But you guys all notice one thing that happened. You look down, and your purses are missing.
I wasn't that plastered.
Also, my purse is in my body.
Well, actually, Iona,
you
you would have Mordred carry your coin.
No, we split it back up, and she's carrying her own money right now. Since we've been in town, she's been carrying her own cash.
All right, in regards to it being in your body, I guess that's fine. You don't lose your purse.
Name and ooze.
But Mordred, you lose yours. You were drunk
You
enough
do
to
not
sleep with
know-
Marcus.
You do not know what you've just unleashed upon this town.
Goras, you lose your coin.
You... Oh, you...
Marcus, I don't enjoy hearing you smack your lips.
Alright.
House of darkness, my old friend.
Exactly. With that,
Oh.
Vatten still in jail. Marcus, you lose all your coin.
Bruh.
Oh.
Now you have a very
Lennox.
pissed off druid.
Piss off, Druid.
Begin
You have
huffing
you have
frozen
a-
smoke at this point.
Aona's the
There-
only one who managed to keep their money because they're slime and they kept it in their body. Orin,
I'm straight evil.
Orin didn't actually lose anything.
My
Ducky, you
greed...
realize you're not the only one who's evil here.
Yeah. This is not good for anybody, because I'm going to commit murders.
Mordred, I need to take count of everyone's gold.
Oh, fuck my life.
I've removed mine, don't worry about it.
Make
Well,
sure you remember
not
it,
all
though.
of it's stolen. You might get it back. So
I know how much I had. 31, 10 gold, 30 silver, 9 copper.
Write it down.
Fine.
Oh, that's what
I
I'm
have
doing.
50 fucking. My greed and evil is now through the roof because. Oh. 50 platinum, 2,700, 27 gold, 5 silver, 2 copper. Murder. Understand, whoever stole this will not live the day.
And you have a very determined druid who has tracking. Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Because it's a new day, I gotta roll my D100.
We can save that. It's time to end.
Check on a 97!
97.
We're doing it now!
No, we're saving it.
You better remember that for the next
97
time.
has been rolled.
You better save that bloody 97, then. Because I know I'm not getting that lucky again.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see anything.
I see it.
I see a log.
See it.
I don't see a log. Apparently, Janlin is triggered.
when is Jalen ever not triggered?
Yes.
He got more triggered by what just happened with you, Marcus.
Exactly.
You weren't paying attention to what was going on in the fact we were playing the music.
I was literally seducing you.
Marcus, how
Oh.
much gold did you have before you erased it?
3007.
Then we have Gorast. Gorast, how many did you have?
3110, 39.
Now my ass wants to see this continue. Yep. Plus the fact I don't have work tomorrow, so I can stay up for whatever.
I have to be in bed relatively early tonight because I have stuff happening early tomorrow,
I believe
implying
that's-
I'm not too sick to not be there. Oh look,
that's-
there's ads.
Yeah, that. Not supposed to run, but I didn't have a chance to skip it. In any case, thank you guys for joining. But this is where we're going to end the stream and the session. This has
Alright.
been a time. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys had fun.
Oh,
at
thank you
least.
for being our DM.
Oh yeah,
They
Marcus.
utilize the roles.
Mark,
Yes.
really quick. So you in the morning, even though your purse is gone, you decided to head back to your room, and you see a teddy bear on your bed. A note,
Aw.
a note there saying that well, it's scribbled in Elvish. I don't think you
I understand Elvish.
I'm the only one who can read Elvish.
Yeah, you don't
No, I can
have.
understand it. too.
Oh, okay.
You don't
Common,
have.
Elvish, not common.
Yeah, you don't have Elvish, but you see a name scribbled in Elvish, what looks like a map, or a description in regards to an address. But you can't read it because of what it is.
Gosh.
In any case, that's where we're going to end it. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate everybody who stick by. Sorry about the last minute ad, but I hope you all have a fantastic evening. Thank you guys for joining. I hope to see you all next time. Bye!
Bye.